Hey all, J-Man here. I just want to tell you about beardedshirts.com. It's a great place to get a lot of cool superhero shirts and other merchandise. You can scroll, they've always got sales on. As you can see, they've got these really cool print all over shirts, which I really love. That's Eddie, the founder of the site. And if you're looking for stuff, all you got to do is you click on the search here and you can type in all over. And that's going to show you the all over prints, which are really, really cool. Look at that. You got Legion of Superheroes, you got Brave and the Bold, you got JSA, you got Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, all kinds of stuff. So check out beardedshirts.com. Hello, Legionnaires. Welcome to what episode is this? Episode 3 of Dazzler. We are talking about issues 13 to 16. Let me go to that. There you go. 13 to 16 on tonight's stream. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot of crazy appearances in this one. So like Titania, She-Hulk, Spider-Woman, Enchantress. A lot of crazy stuff happens this week. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's talk about some stuff before we start, though. So this Friday, this is a big one. This Friday, Daredevil Born Again. One of the best works by Frank Miller. Probably the best Daredevil story, or at least one of the best Daredevil stories. Every Friday we've been covering Frank Miller's Daredevil run. We are close to the end. We're going to do Born Again, and then we're going to do The Man Without Fear. And then that'll be that. But this week, Born Again, it's super important. This is a great one. You've got to be there for this. If you missed all the other Daredevils, no worries. This one you cannot miss. It is a big one, so make sure you're there for that. Monday, of course, Legion live stream 3 Mondays out of the month. And we're into Action Comics now. So we have finished Adventure Comics with the Legion. We're now fully into Action Comics. They're the backup stories. So we are going to do 4 issues that stream. So there you go. And a couple of weeks from now, once we're finished with Frank Miller's Daredevil run, we're going to be doing Fantastic Fridays. Fantastic Four Fridays. 4 issues every Friday. My God, this is Marvel Comics. This is the birth of everything. Fantastic Four is probably the most important comic that Marvel had. Some Spider-Man and Fantastic Four, that's where it all pretty much all went down. So make sure you're there for that. All right, before we start, let's give a shout out to the Legionnaires. These are the channel members. And so we always give them a thanks before we start. So Dan, thanks, man, for signing up right away. Appreciate it. Sean, Steve, and Clobby, who you see all the time, so we don't need to thank them as much, but we still like to thank them anyways. Brennan, who's a good friend of mine, family member, thanks for signing up, buddy. And we've got Picasso, Cliff on Comics, RR, and Philip. And Cliff's going to be on later tonight, so thank you guys. We appreciate all of that. All righty. Let's bring in our first dazzling guest. I don't have an intro specifically, so we're gonna give him the standard intro.
What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Glad to be here.
All right. So Cliff is going to join us later on. He's just a little bit late. Cool. So we are gonna start without him. I'm drinking it's fruit punch. I'm drinking fruit punch out of my Polar Boy Legion of Substitute Heroes pint glass that I got from Bearded Shirts. So
very cool.
So good. And I'm wearing my Bearded Shirts Dazzler shirt. Very cool. I'm ready to go. Let's say hello to everybody. So, FK, how's it going, man?
What's up, dude?
All right. So we will shout out people as they come in. I know it's Dazzler. And everyone loves my Legion streams. There's always a bunch of people, and everyone loves Frank Miller and all that. Dazzler is more of a niche audience. That's fine.
Yes. Yes.
But we do like our Dazzler. So I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. You're right.
We got a lot of good characters in these issues this evening too.
There is a lot of good characters tonight. So it's actually going to be pretty darn cool. All right. So first I'm going to give myself the bar, and this is my ad bar because the site I use has like tons of ads. So I made an overlay to block the ads, and now we can do that. And now it looks better.
Nice.
So this is the third. This is episode 3, right? Episode 3 of Dazzler.
Let's see. Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
so.
it's got to be because we're doing it in 4s, right?
Yep.
So there is continuity in this comic. It's not crazy continuity. Like, I mean, if you've missed a few of these streams or you missed a few of these issues, it's not like that bad, but it feels like Dazzler's like she has kind of a boyfriend for a little bit. It's the same as Daredevil. Like Daredevil would have a girlfriend for a little bit, then that person would get phased out, and then someone else comes in. So she's kind of phased out of the last relationship, and now we're kind of into the new one.
So she's currently talking to Dr. Peter.
Yes, Dr. Peter is the so now let's get going. Let's start up here with this one. So let's take a look. Now Scott, if you need to say anything, just talk over me and then I'll stop talking because once I start going to the comic, I won't see you. Okay. And I'll try to keep a lookout for Cliff every so often to see if he pops in. And I don't see him in backstage. So we've got Dazzler here. This is so we got the credits here. We got written by Dr. Peter. He's a real dick. Yeah. I can still see the chat. I just can't see the stream. So it's written by Danny Fingeroth, penciled by Frank Springer, inked by Vince the Eraser. Coletta, I don't care who you are. Vince, you erased Jack Kirby pencils. You are not a good person. I don't care. Hey, Arkham, what's going on, brother? I haven't seen you in a while. How's it going, dude? All right, Dazzler. So she's going through this treasure chest here. No, it's not. This isn't Dungeons and Dragons. This is just a chest at her old house. If you haven't been following along, her and her dad are not on great terms. Her dad wanted her to be a lawyer. She wanted to be a singer.
Yep.
And, that's the age-old story here. So she's snuck back into her house here while her grandmother's around, and she's going through some of her old belongings. She doesn't know who her mother is, and the reader, we don't know who her mother is either. Mm-hmm. So it's a mystery for both. I actually like. I like that better. Sometimes in comics they take an easy way out and they just kind of let the reader know. But I kind of like this. Like we don't know who the person is either.
Yeah, and it's important to note that she's going through this trunk in the attic. She finds this brooch and it's her mother's, and it has the symbol on it. It's the heart symbol, mm-hmm. And that's just remember that for later on in the story.
Yeah. It's a mystery box. You're right. She gets one of these. She gets a chest every month, and then she has to figure out what's going to be in it.
Yep.
No. All right. So she finds this brooch. It's like, oh my God, it's a brooch. What am I going to do? So she closes it up, and she hears her dad coming. Oh no! Don't tell me it's J.J. Abrams' house. I can't. JJ's the worst. He has ruined so many great franchises. I can't even. I need to do a stream on how many franchises he's ruined. I do love my dad, but he's he's being an asshole to me. There he is. Look, he's got the stash. He's a meanie.
Definitely. He's eyeballing that the brooch that she found, and I guess he knows where she got it from. Yep.
Yeah, so he focused right in. He did the boom right there, like focused right in on that.
It's like a little awkward moment.
She's like, it's just a Star Trek pin. It's a communicator. Hit the communicator. So he's not really presented as a monster. He's just like disappointed and sad. And there's something in him too. We're not getting too much of his side, but I'm not angry at the character. I feel kind of sad for him too.
Yeah, they're definitely missing out on each other's lives.
Yeah. I don't think like you're not getting the impression that he's a bad guy, right? Or
Yeah, he just wants what's best for her. He's kind of going about it the wrong way. But he just wants what's best for his daughter ultimately.
Yeah, like he's not trying to be an a-hole. We go to Lance here, and I've been thinking, I've been thinking like who would be a great if they ever, because they keep talking about what's her face being a Taylor Swift or something, being Dazzler and possibly a Deadpool cameo or something.
Yeah.
And I keep thinking if they were going to do a movie, they got to get, you know what they want to do for Lance? They got to get a really big, awesome actor and then just have him be a complete goof and make it like reverse your expectation of what you think the guy should be. It's like have him be a real meathead or something. Like that'd be hilarious.
Would be funny. Yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, right here though, I think they're back at Harry Osgood's office and Lance is trying to hang that plan up.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm hanging this plan up. It's like, all right. The secretaries, a lot of, you know, I find a lot of the women don't like Allison. They always give her the stink eye, or they're always, you know, they're jealous of her talent and her looks. That's what it is. Absolutely, jealousy.
Man. They don't like the way the men act around her. All the men want to be with her, and but anyway, she needs a job. She's going to Harry Osgood because she needs some more work, and he basically tells her that he does have something for her a little bit down the line. But right now he doesn't really have anything for her. So he refers her to his buddy. I think his name's, I can't remember his name. Is it Sid?
I don't remember. Sid Sterling is the name.
Sterling. Yeah. And he's the one that gives her the really bad jobs. So she's going to have to go see him.
Yeah. So the thing is he'll get you a gig, but it's not going to be, you know, the best ever. Right. So,
right.
He gets her singing Telegram gig here, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, she's singing Happy Birthday.
Yep. Is this the break? This is the breakup right here, pretty much.
Yes. Okay. It takes us. Paul wants to meet her for dinner. They meet at a very fancy restaurant. He orders them drinks, and he does all of this just to tell her that you know, she's came up missing several times. He can't keep playing these charades. And he wants to end it, so he breaks up with her over this nice dinner. She gets pissed off about it. She says she's going to tell everybody what a jerk he is. And, yeah.
Now, it was weird because I couldn't – the thing is he's canceled – like, so he's a doctor, so he's on call. So he's – and the thing is that, like, he's broken up many dates. And the problem is because she's doing her gigs usually end up with her encountering a supervillain or something.
Yes.
So like you're on her side in the sense that we're reading her comic and everything's like we're putting ourselves in her position rather than his position. So to us, you're like, well, shit, I've been in like that friggin' all other planet. I've been to another dimension. I've been in that nightmare realm. Like what the hell? And so you can't really side with this guy. I understand where he's coming from, but like you can't be on his side because we've seen Dazzler save people, and so you're just like, you know, this is just not going to work out, right? Like,
right. But see, her family and like Paul, these people, they're not seeing what she's actually doing. All they know, she's just disappearing on them. She's just taking off somewhere.
Yeah, like I mean, she gets teleported, like. To another location, like to a, you know, she got teleported to that nightmare realm. Like, well, what are you gonna do? You didn't call me back. Like, well, I didn't call you back because I was in the friggin'
right.
I was fighting nightmare.
Like she just pretends more or less like she was on a bender or something like that. And
yeah, so in his point of view, she's just flaking out on him, and she's like maybe, and she's a singer, and it's pop music or whatever, so she's probably on drugs or something. It's like, but she's not. But we're on her side because we see what's really happening. This is a thing in film and in TV and in writing. Like we're only seeing one aspect of it, so we're only judging based on what we can see. Like I remember in like film school, we studied Silence of the Lambs. That was one of the movies we studied, and the question came up as who is a worse person? Is it Buffalo Bill or is it Hannibal Lecter? And based on that film, everyone says, well, obviously Buffalo Bill is way more evil. However, if you actually examine what the characters do and what the actual background is, Hannibal Lecter is way more of a worse villain in person. Because Buffalo Bill, yes, he's killing those people and taking their skin, but he's only killed like, I mean, you don't say only, but he's only killed like what, 3 or 4 people, whereas Hannibal's killed so many and eats them, and he's very disturbed. Like it's like he's actually worse, but you don't see him do anything bad in the movie you're watching. So he's kind of a cool character because he's got cool dialogue. So you're not thinking too much about his villainy, right? Like it's very interesting how that
you almost admire his intelligence a little bit.
You do, and it's disturbing because he's like a super vile piece of garbage human being. But you don't think of it that way, right? So anyway, and no, I'm not comparing Allison to Hannibal Lecter.
No, she gets pissed off. She leaves this dinner and she goes back to her apartment where she is approached by basically government agents who want to take her in for the death of Claw.
Yeah. Yeah, give me a break. So they capture this. This is a bit okay. The circumstances of this are slightly outrageous, but they do the best they can with the story. So she's trying to take off from the government stooges here. She goes watch the movie. I love that she's watching it's like I don't think this is I don't know what this is. It's like some weird, like some kind of weird fantasy movie.
I don't know what it is. What is it?
Well, I was trying to think like what it could be.
A dragon?
Yeah, it's fighting. They're fighting a dragon.
I thought it was Rambo at first. That's how.
So you're in the sleazy theater here.
Yeah, she takes safety in the theater, hiding, and ends up. Oh no, we're not there yet. Okay, yeah, she's hiding.
Yeah, we're getting there. She goes to see the cops. Here comes one of the. I'm Agent Kronsky, U.S. government security. I've been trying to pick her up all night. It's like, all right. Now here's the public defender that's been assigned to her case.
Yeah, he's gonna become an ongoing character in the series for the next couple of issues. His name is Ken. He is a public defender who has been assigned to Allison because even though she comes from a good family and everything, she's not gonna pony up for a lawyer, which is surprising when you're facing a murder charge. She's gonna take a public defender for a murder case, which is crazy.
Yeah. And this guy, did you notice that in the next few issues, once he becomes a love interest, they draw him a little cooler because he looks pretty goofy here.
Yeah, he's really nerdy right there. But basically, they have to send her to Rikers Island. They're not going to give her a bond because of the way she attacked those people. So she's violent and she's a risk. They're not going to give her a bond, and not only that, but they're going to keep her at Rikers Island in a special cell until she can see the judge.
Yeah, so I mean, I gotta play this one for that. Yeah, how do you like that? Eh? Like, what the hell's going on?
Yep.
They just boom. So she's resting in her cell, and then this becomes, now I'm not sure if you're a fan of this genre or if you're aware of this genre of film, the women in prison genre. There is a genre of films called, and the best of them is Reform School Girls. That is the best of the women in prison genre, which my friend is an expert on, by the way.
Awesome.
But so anyways, this is like Reform School Girls.
Yeah, you get a ragtag team of D-list female villains here. Well, I wouldn't say Titania's D-list, but
no,
Screaming Mimi and Pound Cake.
Love it.
I
love it.
Know the other girl's name. I just know
like
you
Lethal or something, or Letha.
Letha. Yes. Okay, that's the fourth one. Yeah, some D-listers.
So she's in the women prison here. Immediately, I peeked. Here, this will be a lot of fun. I was like, this will be good. So they grab her here, and they've got like a little bit of a fight club going. They all bow down to Titania. Yeah. Is this prison gear? Like, you can wear spikes and stuff? Like, what the heck?
Apparently, they're running the place. I think they explained to her that they basically have their way with the guards and do what they want. And they're a gang. They're a big gang, and I don't know if this is like an initiation or just showing her who's boss, like a display of power or what. Yeah. But anyways, they throw her down on the floor, and she's about to meet with Titania.
Yeah, and you got this girl with the Valkyrie like breastplates or whatever. Like, and then
Yep.
this screaming Mimi's got makeup on. Like, all right.
Yeah. Yep.
She's like, Titania, I'm not scared of you, you trash. It's like, yeah, you're terrible in that She-Hulk show. Really? I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, I think maybe they're a little bit jealous of her. They heard that she murdered Claw, so they want to see how tough she is. So they start beating up on her.
Now, if you missed the last stream, you'll know that it was completely self-defense. Claw manipulated Allison into freeing him.
Yep.
And then attacked her. So that's something that we know. Hey, Stan, how's it going?
Yep.
You need a cold shower? I know. This is a good one.
You will, man. You definitely will, especially a couple issues ahead when Spider Woman's introduced. You got some steamy scenes there. So
yeah, like look at this is a. I'm telling you, there needs to be so like okay, if this happens in that movie, I'll be really impressed. But this isn't going to happen. Yeah, they're not going to adapt this story into it. I can guarantee you.
Of course not, man. Yeah, we can't. We couldn't get this in a movie. We couldn't get that lucky.
No, we couldn't. We couldn't. Let me cast it. I'll cast this. I'll cast everyone here.
But dude, Screaming Mimi lets her have it, and
oh shit, yeah.
She uses her power, not to her the fullest extent, but she gives her a little taste of her power right here, and it lays her out for a second.
So this was interesting. Now, Screaming Mimi, we know where this is going to lead to later on, of course, but in the beginning here, she uses her powers, and I think like Allison just isn't ready for it, and it kind of nails her because she could absorb, like if Screaming Mimi was powering Dazzler, just like a Banshee or one of these other, like that would be crazy.
Well, it says it sends her into madness. So at first, I don't think that Allison knows how to deal with it. She
doesn't know. She's all messed up here. So, I mean, spoiler, she's going to figure it out. Obviously, like, I mean, we know, we're not kids reading this now, but
yeah, sound-based villain.
Sound-based villain. So they knocked her. They knocked her out, and Titania comes off of her. I love how she's got this like desk with like a chair on the top. She's got like the little throne going.
Yep. Dazzler
she trips her.
Back. She's had enough. She's gonna fight back.
Yep. Whoosh, super kick. Oh, not the grab from behind. Look at that. Double kick here. And then okay, so she nailed her here. She nailed her. Now she's pissed off. Nobody gets a drop on me. Nobody.
And that was the first. I've never heard of Pound Cake before this, so this was the first fight scene I'd ever seen Pound Cake in.
Hey, Joe Dog.
What's up, Joe?
Star Wars Battlefront Classic Remastered. I liked the first Battlefront. I bought that on my computer a long time ago when it first came out. I haven't played. I don't really play video games. I only play Street Fighter if I play a video game. But I liked Battlefront when it came out on the CPU way back. All right, so back to the fight here. Boom. So I don't know what the hell she was trying to do here. She got the drop on her here. Okay, fine.
Finally.
She goes for a punch, and then she just gets foomed.
Yeah, it's just too much for her, man. There's 4 of them.
I mean, come on. So, okay, hold it. It's like, you 3 have been having all the fun. Now it's my turn. Oh, yeah, Screaming Mimi. So look at this. It's like, oh.
She unleashes the full force of her scream on Dazzler this time. She's going to finish her off.
Yeah. But Dazzler absorbed it. Uh-oh.
Boom. We didn't see that coming.
Now you're in trouble. Go for it. And then she just releases the super blast, and that knocked all the ladies out.
Yep, they're out cold, all 4 of them.
And here comes Eye Patch Woman.
Yeah, none of the other women are going to give her any trouble after that display of power. So,
yep,
it's all good.
She goes back to sleep. It's like, all right. The next morning, the nerdy lawyer shows up.
Yep.
Well, you going to help me out or what? Now they get into a little bit of a tiff here, but nothing too bad. Just a bit snippy. But Allison's been through a lot. This guy doesn't really understand it.
Yep.
So there's a little bit of animosity here. Now this is the recap. This is the Marvel recap. That's every Marvel comic does this.
Yeah,
Let
if
us
you
know
guys
what the hell
weren't with us
happened.
when we covered this issue, this is basically what happened when she faced Claw. She absorbed him. It's not really that she murdered him; it's she absorbed him.
Yeah,
Like
I wonder.
he's
Does this? Do you remember? Does this conclude in Dazzler, or does this conclude in Avengers? Like, how does Claw come back? Do you remember, or no? Because I
man,
don't remember at all.
I don't remember. Like as we're going through, I'm rereading these issues so I can remember the story really well. It's been such a long time since I've read this whole run.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've read this since I completed it like 25 years ago or something. Like this is brand new,
And I've
basically.
read like a lot of stuff with Claw, like in Secret Wars and stuff like that, storylines that's involved him, but I don't remember where he comes back.
So I'm wondering if this gets concluded. It must, because they keep bringing it up. But it's interesting because the actual Claw part, like that sound thingy, is still around.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Quasar grabbed that or what. Um,
I don't
I don't know
remember
if they showed us.
I don't remember what happened to it. Maybe we see it later. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe it revisits that.
So she explains what happened, and Laura's like, "Yeah, okay." So we go to the trial here.
Yeah,
We've
this is
got the judge.
later that day when she's seeing the judge. She's talking to a jury. They're going back and forth, and they bring in people from Pegasus to speak against her, and then they bring in Wendell Vaughn, who is Kazar, to defend. He actually stands up for her and stands in her defense, surprisingly. So, yeah.
Yeah, and they showed the jury gets to see the tape of what happened. I mean, it's clearly self-defense. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lex Luthor shows up. What? Aren't you busy fighting Superman? No, it's just a bald guy. It's not Lex Luthor.
Excuse me.
It's Mr. Meeker. It's like, isn't that the name of a puppet? Of one of the Muppets? Oh, no, it's Beaker. But it's Bunsen and Beaker.
I can't remember who those guys are. I think they might be mob guys.
Yeah, I don't remember what the point of these guys were. They're just dicks. This guy's standing like he's like a hero.
They're still in court. That's the Pegasus guys, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So they're a-holes.
Yep. Yeah, they're trying to get her locked up. So.
And then our buddy here, our lawyer buddy's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, Ken does great. He ends up doing really good for a court-appointed attorney. He does damn good. He ends up getting her out of it. She ends up being found not guilty right here.
Yeah. There is silence in the courtroom. And the jury shuffles to begin deliberations. Yeah. And then 60 minutes later, we, the jury, find Allison Blair not guilty of the charges as stated. Woohoo!
And then Wendell takes the opportunity to put his hands all over her and pick her up.
Pick her up. But we did
Any
it.
Chance to grope Allison. They're gonna
yeah. Picks her up. Woohoo! We did it. This guy's like, yeah. And now there's the three of them, and that is it.
Yeah, that's pretty much where it ends.
So this was, I mean, this one had there's different kinds of comic action scene in the beginning, story in the middle, action at the end, or it could be story, action, story, or it could be half the issues action, half the issues story, or it could be half the first half is story, the last half is action, or it could be all story or all action. So this was the story, action, story configuration, which is okay. I don't mind. The only configuration I don't like is where a comic is all just a story, because it's a comic book. I want comics to also have action. I don't want them to just be story. So I don't care if you do action, or story, action, story, or the first half action, the last half story, or reverse those. But if you just do all story, it better be amazing, because I'll get bored. It's like it's a comic. I've got several novels. I've got entire shelves of novels that I'm reading.
If there's it would bore you to tears, man. If it wasn't absolutely great. Yeah.
Right. So I've got tons of books to read. I want comics to be comics. I wish.
Yeah, of course. Right.
Well, if my attorney was Dazzler, that'd be good.
Let's just avoid situations where we have to get court-appointed attorneys.
Yes. Oh, here.
No.
I got something for that. Hold on. I got something for that. Where's my video? Where's my video? So, come on. Where I can never. I have so many things in StreamYard now. I can't find any of them anymore.
Uh-oh.
Where are they? Hold on.
Well.
It's really. Why can't I find? Oh, here. Oh, yeah. Here it is.
Message.
Let's avoid situations where we need an attorney.
Yes.
All right. So that was that. Let's go on to. So this we're reading this out of the Masterworks. So let's go to the next Masterworks here.
This is a good issue. We got some good appearances. We got She-Hulk, and we also have the return of Blue Shield the next issue. So we haven't seen Blue Shield since like episode 2. So we're gonna see Blue Shield.
Yes. I think this cover is really cool.
That's an amazing cover. Yeah, I really liked it. I actually did a meme to that where I put Taylor Swift's head on that body for that cover. It's
nice.
funny.
There's a Facebook group for Dazzler that I think we're both. I'm not sure if you're a part of it, but there's a guy or a group of people. I don't know. There's people redoing these covers with her in the pose. So someone's redrawing them. They're pretty neat. They're not for me. I'm not really a Taylor Swift fan. I don't know her music at all. I'm not against her, but I'm not for her. I just don't care. So it's just not for me. But I mean, there's been some good. They've been doing some good art for it. That's for sure.
Yeah, so I don't know, with those Taylor Swift covers, they're hit or miss for me. I feel like they either knock them out of the park or they're horrible.
Yeah.
We got She-Hulk and we got Blue Shield, which people were dogging on Blue Shield on the last time he appeared when we did this. But I think that his power is actually really cool. I like Blue Shield's power set.
I think he just needs in this again. This is first appearance. Well, not his first appearance, but he first appeared in Dazzler. His chest symbol's kind of kooky. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I think he just needs a costume design, and then he'd be much better. And I think they did design his costume, redesign it.
He definitely needs the costume redone. I love his entrance though. He comes busting in every time like Kool-Aid Man. He comes busting in through the wall every time. I love it.
Yeah. So we got She-Hulk. Now we've already had Hulk, so why not have She-Hulk, right? Because
Savage She-Hulk at that.
This is now this is before Sensational She-Hulk, right? Yes.
It is.
This is before.
Yeah, we're getting the Savage version in this issue.
Yeah. Yeah, I never read, so it's weird because I know She-Hulk's your other favorite, and I only read Sensational She-Hulk. I was not into Savage She-Hulk because I just figured, well, it's just Hulk, right? But Sensational She-Hulk with the whole John Byrne redoing it, kind of doing all these really quirky things with it, that seemed different than Hulk. So I thought, oh, this is kind of, I don't like where it's just a derivative of the same thing. Like, it's like, oh, look, this is just the same character. It's like, but Savage She-Hulk, my buddy, I think Sean thought it was not too bad back in the days. What was your thoughts on Savage She-Hulk, the comic? Did you think it was pretty cool?
I think it's a good run. I'm just partial to the Sensational She-Hulk run.
Yeah,
that run was so good to me.
Yeah, that's the run, right? Like, I'm sure Savage She-Hulk was fun because all those Marvel Comic Group banner comics are fun.
It was a good run. I don't want to take away from it.
Right. Yeah, but no, Sensational. I mean, and I just reread before that awful show came out. I reread the first 12 issues of it again, and they were a lot of fun. And I do have number 1. The rest I've got on digital though.
Sweet. Yeah, it's a good run.
All right, we got. This is not the Punisher. This is someone else.
A random assassin.
Mm-hmm. And you've got our buddy doing the oh darn it, gosh,
Harry Osgood, her manager.
And so she's packing her stuff up, her little teddy bear.
Yep, they're getting ready for a flight. They're flying from New York to LA for a big show where she is the opening act. Her and her band are the opening act for this really douchebag guy, which you'll see in a few minutes.
Yes, I'm not sure who this guy. What was I don't know what the year is on this one.
Is it late 70s or are we into the early 80s?
Well, it says 82 on here,
82.
but I mean,
okay,
it's tough because some of these dates are all over the place, right? Like it's like, but it is 80s. So we're into the early 80s now. It's still Fingeroth and Springer and Eraser Coletta on here, doing everything. But I don't know if this is supposed to be based on someone. I guess we'll get to him when we get to him. So this is her band.
Yeah.
And this guy's always eating food. I don't know.
Always eating food.
Like, come on, buddy.
The typical fat boy in the 80s.
Yeah, he's
the stereotypical fat kid.
Yeah, fat kid. Fat kid farted. That was from, what was that?
Yeah.
That was from Monster Squad.
Oh man, I remember that.
I love Monster Squad. I met the director, and he signed my VHS of Monster Squad. Wow, if you can think back to then. So I still have my signed VHS copy. I've got it on 4K now, but it's cool to have the signed. She's got a secret admirer. Ooh.
Actually, not even a secret. It's Ken. It's the lawyer.
Yeah,
he sent her all the way from New York. He had her some flowers sent when she got to LA. So he's trying to make his move. And just as he's making his move, the douchebag guy that she's opening up for makes his entrance and talks to her. And it's just really douchey conversation about how good he is and how they're not as good and don't worry about it and this and that. And it's just really ridiculous. They're purposely trying to make this guy look douchey.
Yeah. Is he based on someone? I mean, I keep I don't know singers of that. So his name is Bruce Harris in this comic. He definitely is given off some kind of like, I want to say Michael Bolton or something like that. Like it's definitely like it's got like a
John Lennon glasses.
John Lennon.
I don't know. Some Michael Bolton hair. I don't know.
I wonder where they're trying, like who they're trying to, I mean, I was thinking Michael Bolton. When Cliff comes on, let's remember to ask him.
All right.
Because I'm telling you, it looks, let me find a picture of Michael Bolton here and see if
it does look a lot like Michael Bolton. It does.
But when was Michael Bolton around as a
he was 90s. I don't know. He may have existed in the 80s. When I knew of him, it was the 90s, like the early 90s.
This comic is too, I believe it might be too old to be, being doing him. So I don't know. Maybe someone in chat can tell us.
I don't know.
So, all right. Anyway, so he's a complete a-hole.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I can't see you. So go for it.
Oh, I was just gonna say it sets us up with the killer that we saw in the very first panel of the comic. Shows us another panel with the killer, and he's basically in the crowd because he was hired to assassinate this guy in the mob who they think is a mobster, but he is actually the Blue Shield who is pretending to be a mobster. He's family with the mob. But he's actually a good guy, the Blue Shield. So, sorry, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. Like so he's got to assassinate him. So the Blue Shield, he pretends to be part of the mob, but he's actually a good guy. It's kind of like Green Hornet. Green Hornet pretends he's a villain, but he's not, right?
Yeah, it's an undercover sting type deal.
This is just Dazzler doing the show, and everyone's loving it. So what they're trying to tell us in this issue is that she's the opening act for this super ultra star, Bruce Harris, but her act is killing it so much that people are more excited for her than they are for the actual guy they're there to see.
Absolutely. They're mesmerized by this light show because LA hasn't seen the light show. She's just now made it to the West Coast and she's performing. She's mesmerizing the crowd. And just as she does, she happens to see the telescopic or whatever type, the scope that dude's
like
using.
That scope, whatever,
yeah, because of whatever tech, she's able to see it with her superpowers. She senses it and foils the shot, and it just barely misses Blue Shield. So he notices, he's like, oh shit, I just about got shot. So he dips out of there and changes and suits up into Blue Shield. And he's getting ready to bust through a wall like Kool-Aid Man, like he does every time.
Yep. So he's going to have to pay for that wall.
Yep. Another wall broken thanks to Blue Shield.
It's like in Superman Part 1, the movie, or in the first Superman film, where he breaks through, and Luthor's like, "My attorney will be in touch with you for the door."
Yeah, and he gives a cool demonstration. I make fun of him, but he actually does have a cool power set. He's getting shot right here, and because of this blue force field that is around him, it's not doing anything to him, which is I think is really cool.
Is he? Did they say if he was a mutant?
I don't know what his powers are. I don't really know, honestly. I just know he can generate this blue force field, and it's like basically impenetrable.
Let me see if he's a Phantom Outsider. Fanny, let me know if you're still in chat, and if you know if Blue Shield's a mutant or not. And if you are still in chat, let me know about, because Fanny's like got a lot of knowledge.
Awesome.
So he's like a great person to bounce ideas off of.
Cool, because I try to do the best.
Oh, his costume does it. I see.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
Okay, so it's a tech. So that would be considered more like a tech-based hero. Okay, and then Fanny, also if you're there, let us. I want to. There's a guy called Bruce Harris. You're going to see him again. I want to know if it's based on someone. This is an early '80s book. Okay, so Blue Shield's attacking. And the mobster guy's like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, this takes us just back to the mob, and then this whole. I kind of forget what's happening right there, to be honest.
Well, this is where we get to some wonkiness. This issue, this is a trope that I just hate. It's coming up. This is probably the weakest issue of the night for me, but because She-Hulk, so this mobster somehow captured Jennifer Walters, and like brainwashed her or something stupid.
It never tells you how they got Savage She-Hulk on to agree to help them. Like I totally agree, and I see what you're saying, because I never thought about that till just now. You never know, like, why is she so willing to help the mob? They never tell you that part, and that.
Like, so they're driving to this warehouse here, and She-Hulk is trapped in it. Like, what the hell? This was weird.
And she's so willing to help them at first. Like, she's going to help them take down and find out who the Blue Shield is. Because, right here at this point, they think that Lance is the Blue Shield. The mob is trying to figure out who this Blue Shield guy is. Well, they've got it pegged that Lance is Blue Shield. So they're going to put She-Hulk up to interrogating them and finding out if Lance is Blue Shield. Because right now they're thinking that they're gonna give it to Lance because they think that he's the man, and he's not. He's just this meathead.
It's so weird. You know what? It's so weird. I'm gonna have to confirm with our good friend Rachel.
But they think that Lance. I can't remember why they think Lance. I guess because the way he's built.
And he was around or something, like,
he was at the concert. He just happened to be there. So I think that was why. So
they grab Lance, and they're not sure which one is Lance, but it's written on his shirt. So there you go.
Yeah, just like the crackers.
I'm gonna get a shirt with my name written on it.
Yeah,
so people can identify me. All right, so they grab Daz as well.
Yep. They've abducted them. They're taking them back to the warehouse where they will meet Savage
She-Hulk. That's right, boy. Okay. Let me try to piece this together here. This is like okay. That's right. Okay, so I found her dazed, disoriented after an accident. Okay. I knew I had a hot item, and I knew the one guy who could help me was Doc Von Stratton.
Okay.
So I hustled her over to him, and he rigged up a mind control machine just about makes her my slave.
That makes sense, because why would she ever help the mob? That's what I was thinking when I read this. So that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
How did they even? I really hate where a random like this isn't like Doc Samson or some, like, this isn't the leader. Like it's like it's just like a random. Oh yeah, this is, or unless this Von Stratton. Who the hell? What's his name? What was the guy's name?
Yeah, Von Stratton. Yeah, I don't know.
Daisy is the only control machine. Okay. To help me was Doc Von Stratton. Let me look up Doc Von Stratton. Doc Von Stratton. Marvel. No, I don't think so.
No.
That's a weird character. So anyways, some random guy can mind control She-Hulk, sure. Anyways, so we got to go with it because it is what it is. That's what they're telling us. So now she starts beating the crap out of everybody.
Yeah, she's running through them, and she beats up Lance, and Dazzler's like, I've had enough. She beat Lance up. She goes for she gives them all a blast. Okay, yeah, I thought, yeah, and then her and Savage She-Hulk are about to square up. And she realizes that she can't physically take on She-Hulk one-on-one, so she's more or less just trying to damage her blow or dodge her blows and get away from her at this point.
Oh, FK just sent me a message. Let's see what he's saying.
Now, I think she's trying to dodge her because her tape recorder got damaged. I think that's the reason she's not trying to fight back right this second.
Right. Okay. Yeah, our buddy FK in the chat here messaged me. She-Hulk was on Benny Hill, which is hilarious. I used to watch Benny Hill as a kid. I used to watch Benny Hill, which is like really, I don't think you should be watching that. But anyway, so yeah, she can't take her. She can't look at this. She just rips this entire she goes to hide in here and she just rips the entire thing off.
Yeah, awesome display of power and
whoa! She throws her.
Really good fight scene. Some great panels.
Yeah, this is all good stuff. Good Marvel.
Yeah, she was going for that. There's that her wallet and the tape recorder, and you can see it's busted there. So she needs a source of sound to use her power against She-Hulk.
Yeah,
she manages to get a kick in on her, a cheap kick, and it knocks She-Hulk back long enough where she can get in that the tractor trailer, and she starts it up and honks the horn, and there's the sound that she needed.
Yeah. So that was pretty smart. I don't know if Dazzler could. Okay, I'm thinking that maybe She-Hulk wasn't really invested in this fight because I feel like I think if Dazzler tried to kick She-Hulk, she would just break her legs. I don't think you could actually kick She-Hulk. Up till now, she's kind of avoiding her.
Yeah, she was under mind control, so maybe she wasn't I don't know, totally hulked out. Her adrenaline wasn't. Maybe she wasn't as mad as she would have been if she was normal and legitimately mad at something.
Yeah, so I feel like she was just sort of this is the more passive. Muppet Show was great. Yeah, I used to watch Muppet Show. So she gets the horn, honking the horn. That's enough. Right now she gets powered up. Charge up her power. She comes out glowing. Boosh!
Blast. Knocks her out cold. Knocks She-Hulk out cold. So
now She-Hulk was significantly weaker than Hulk, right? Because when she did this to Hulk, it did blind him for a little bit, but not knock him out. So this was a passive She-Hulk. She-Hulk also isn't as strong as the Hulk, so that explains why she was able to knock her out temporarily.
Yeah.
What the heck's going on here? I just woke up. I was having a great dream. Yeah, me too. Yeah. No.
And then we got Blue Shield once again busting through like Kool-Aid Man. So you see him coming through that wall. That's his entrance. That's legit his entrance. He busts through walls.
Yep. Yeah, he just breaks through walls to show up. I am Blue Shield. Did anyone say blue? Anytime someone says the color blue, he pops through or whatever.
I actually kind of like him though, man.
I like him.
Other than the uniform, I kind of like him.
Dude, I've said, give me any character and I will make a comic and it'll be a better selling comic than anything Marvel has right now.
You could do a cool Blue Shield book because it's got the mob. You've got all these different things to work with that you could really do a gritty story with.
Oh, it'd be so cool. I love to grab people because a character I really love is Stilt Man. And
dude, I love Stilt Man.
Who loves him?
No, I like any cover with Stilt Man in it. I gotta pick up.
Oh, I love Stilt Man.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to do the stupendous Stiltman comic.
That would be
And
awesome, dude. Just
oh my
off the
God.
wall rogues, Spidey, Sealer,
Yeah.
rogues gallery villain. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I mean,
man. I love it.
but
It's a
Blue
good
Shield,
idea.
I'm gonna write Marvel. I'm gonna make a note to write Marvel saying, please give me the Blue
Man.
Shield. I'm
Yes,
gonna do Blue Shield.
We need a mini series. Just do like a 5-issue mini, something.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
come on, help us out here. Give me the Blue Shield. I'll make it. If it doesn't, it'll sell. It'll sell 1 million copies. I guarantee. I don't know if I can guarantee 1 million, but the first issue won't sell as well. But once they hear the word of mouth of how awesome the first issue is, they will definitely buy the second issue.
Oh yeah, and you'll get second and third prints of issue 1 because it'll be so good.
It'll be so good. I guarantee you, I will do all action and really good, gritty violence and good characters. I'm not going to do any of this crap where they just take forever on the story and it's like one issue of all talking. I think X-Men, when there was that one issue where like they're standing around the round table at that quiet council and it was all talking, I thought I just spent like $6.50 to see people standing and talking. I'm like, X-Men has lost its way. Like X-Men comics used to be massive battles. Like I remember thinking like when they were doing these Avengers movies and everyone loved the Avengers movies, these current ones, the current MCU movies. I was like, yeah, Avengers is great, but X-Men, if they had done proper X-Men movies, they would have been way better than the Avengers movies. Like
it could be amazing. The only thing is like the powers. Some of their power sets would be hard to
it'd be just cost them. Well, they got the money, they got Disney money. They could do it.
True.
They just don't want to do it good. That's the thing. They're just not interested in it. But anyways, Blue Shield's coming running out after these guys.
Yep.
He didn't even notice me. It's like, yeah, what the heck? And I'm wearing my low cut shirt here. Like, come on. Hold it. And she's okay now. See,
now she's like back to normal and she wants to be friends.
Yeah, let's be friends. The handshake. Here, I got one for that too. Where's my handshake? Here we go.
Nice.
She-Hulk
is basically going to give her a ride. They're going to take this truck and she's going to give her a ride back to where her band is.
Look at the Fanty. No, you're killing me.
Oh, that sucks. Man, that's horrible. Oh, but okay, check this out though. Because the power is suit based, you could still have another Blue Shield. You could have like kind of like they're doing with Punisher now. You could have somebody with like a similar background but different take on the mantle.
I'll bring him back. I'll make up some reason to bring him back.
There you go.
I'll bring him back.
I mean, when do comic characters ever really stay dead anyways?
Never. They never do. It'd be boring if they did, because then there'd be no anticipation for when they're coming back, right?
I mean, like when I was a kid, I remember Bucky was actually being dead for a while, and then he came back.
Yep.
There were a few, but I don't know. Nobody ever stays dead forever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they'll come back.
Uncle Ben.
Oh, Uncle Ben. Yep. Well, Ben is alive in
Ultimate,
in that Ultimate Spider-Man, which is shockingly very good.
Oh my god, it's amazing. Yeah, everything I've read in the Ultimate Universe is amazing except for X-Men, and I even thought X-Men was good. I just don't think it's on par with the rest of the Ultimate stuff.
Yeah, I was really shocked with Spider-Man, and it broke my rule. The first issue was all story and double sized, and I flipped through it and I thought this is trash, and I didn't read it. And I'm like, I'm never reading this garbage. There's no Spider-Man action at all in this comic. And then my buddy's like, I really like this comic. I'm like, really? I'm like, but you hate everything. He's like, yeah, I kind of liked it. I was like, wow, that's shocking. So I thought, okay, based on the fact that you hate everything and you think it's pretty good, I'm like, let me check this out. And then I was like, wow, this was really good, but it broke all my rules. It had no, so I was still pissed off at it because I had no fighting.
Yeah.
But the story was really good. Issue
phenomenal.
2 was good. Issue 2 was really good.
Yeah, I mean, it was leading up to getting him to the fight scene. So I had to get there.
I don't like, I like them to get there. If it's obvious, just get there. like it's like we know he's going to become Spider-Man, so just get there, right? So, but they did get there. But issue 1 and 2 are both really good of that, so I will continue reading those.
Have you read the Black Panther? Sorry to like stall us.
No, yeah, go ahead, yeah.
What did you think about the Black Panther?
I didn't read Black Panther. Is it good?
Man, dude, okay, the way that Spider-Man has the twist with Uncle Ben, there is another big twist with the Black Panther that nobody's really talking about that I think is really cool, man. They're doing something with Killmonger that I think is incredibly cool. But there's a special twist on Black Panther too, man. You should check it out.
All right, I'll write it down.
Yeah, just check out issue 1. You might, I think that you'll like it. But if you're a fan of Killmonger, they're doing something unique with that character.
The only Black Panther I like is Jack Kirby's Black Panther. When I was reading Jack Kirby Black Panther #1, and I started reading that, I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. And I thought, my God, will this be the movie? And then I went and saw the Black because I loved Chadwick Boseman in Civil War.
Yeah,
I thought he was one of the best things in the movie. And then I started with Black Panther with Jack, because Jack Kirby's the king. He's my best. He's my man. I was like, let me go to these Jack, because they had a sale on digital comics, so I bought them all. Just bought the whole thing.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was like, reading it, I'm like, my mind is blown here. Every issue is the best. And then I watched the movie. I was like, oh, it was okay. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I'm like, because I'm like, what happened here? Like, it's Black, like in the comics I was reading, he's going on all these cool adventures and all this stuff. And I thought this movie's all this like political stuff. And should we go to the real world, or should we go outside the world? I'm like, I just want to see Black Panther go on adventures and do cool things. And I thought it was okay. And then I despise Black Panther Part 2. That's the worst movie ever. Sorry, I dropped my pen. One sec.
It was okay. They were okay to me.
I the first one's like okay as a passable movie, but I hate Wakanda Forever. That's my worst. That's my second worst Marvel movie. It might be my
off when Killmonger. They killed off Killmonger way too quick, man. I like that character way too much.
Yeah, and they're just doing stupid things too. Like I don't know. But anyways, whatever. That's I'll save that for an MCU rant. Okay, so they're getting in the truck here, the Pork Chop Express, and they're going downtown here and trying to smash away. I love that She-Hulk. I love that She-Hulk's driving this thing.
Yeah,
she's just smashing. Joe, soy. That's funny. Yeah. That movie stinks. It ruined Namor. So Namor's like one of my favorite characters of all time, and they ruined him. And I can't forgive them. And Black Panther's dead. He's not in the movie, so I don't understand. So I should have listened to my father. I should have listened to my father and go to law school. I love it. It's like, yeah, what the hell am I doing here? She-Hulk's great now. I like this. This is better. This is a better She-Hulk where she's just having fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Driving down. Yeah. Honking the horn.
Yeah. Just having some girl fun, little road trip on the way back. And they finally show up here and meet back with the band, and they meet back with the guy who was over the whole concert deal. And wait, is this the part? Yeah, okay. He tells her right here that the next time around they won't be the opening act, they'll be the headlining act. So they get promoted right here. The next tour, they're the big headliners. They're not the opening act anymore. So they're gonna stay in Cali for a little while and headline.
And this is Daredevil in a wig. No, I'm just saying because the glasses are red.
Oh yeah, red. Yeah.
So there you go. That's that issue.
Yeah.
So this one, I thought it was a lot of fun. My only problem was, how are you mind controlling She-Hulk? How did you keep her down to mind control? Like that was a bit lazy. What were your thoughts on this one?
No, I felt the same way because like once you pointed that out, I do remember thinking like, why is She-Hulk helping the mob? And that was kind of confusing for me. Where the rest of it was pretty clearly laid out, but that was confusing. And yeah, I mean, I was glad to see She-Hulk. I'm really glad to see Blue Shield return. Like I said, that character's kind of won me over.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's not my favorite issue of Dazzler. Definitely not my favorite issue of the ones we're covering tonight.
Yeah, no, I like the women in prison one better so far.
Yeah, the grapplers, that was cool, man. It was cool to see Screaming Mimi and use her powers, and I like seeing some of these villains that you don't get to see as much. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, this cover is pretty exciting. So again, this goes along with one of my rules that I like. One of my rules that's a positive rule is where the cover portrays something that actually happens in the comic instead of just being a cover to have a cover.
Yeah, you get to see them both in action inside this issue, so really cool.
And this exact thing happens, like this drowning thing.
Yeah, and you get to see some pervy scenes, some steamy scenes with both of them as well. I think they both undress in this issue.
Yeah, so there is that to look forward to.
There you go.
She-Hulk is easily manipulated. If you read that script, would you have done that to her? Yeah, no, I wouldn't have done that. She doesn't even fight anybody. I don't want to get into it. That show was brutal. All right, so here's the going on the little trip here. Woohoo! Like,
starts off in San Francisco. Actually, they rented a car. They're the headliners now, so they're moving on up in the world. They rented a car and they're joyriding in San Francisco, where they're the headlining band. And here they are.
Bruce. Now, it's not Bruce Dickinson. It's Bruce Harris, who I don't know who Bruce Harris is.
He was the headliner on the last tour. So this crowd still doesn't know Dazzler yet. So they're I guess they were chanting Bruce at first, but then Dazzler's about to come out and blow them away and win them over. So
she's doing her splits and skates and woo, go Daz. Yeah, so, I mean, you get to see this in action. Or you could see this goof in action. I don't know. Like,
I wonder which one has mutant powers and is beautiful.
Right.
The other looks like this old ass Michael Bolton.
Yeah. So Fanny, who is this? Like, this is Bruce Harris. I don't know if they're trying to make fun of a person in real life. I was thinking it looked a little bit like Michael Bolton, but I mean, I don't think Michael Bolton would have been big in the very early 80s, or at least I didn't know about him because I would have been too young. Yeah. So I don't know. It's a bit weird. So everyone loves Daz. Now you can see they've crossed out Bruce and wrote Dazzler. So this person came with a Bruce sign and now has crossed it out and put Dazzler underneath.
She's winning them over.
Yeah. He's not happy about it. That's one thing.
And this is the next morning. She wakes up and answers the phone. This is Ken, Studley Ken, the lawyer that got her out of the murder charge 2 issues back, is giving her a phone call. So.
Yeah, look at his hair. See, it's much better. He doesn't have that goofy Richard Simmons hair. He's got like a bit better hair, and his stash is a bit. He looks less goofy than he did.
Well, he won the murder trial, so he's moving on up in the world as well. He's got the nice suit now. He's looking a little better, a little more muscular, and.
Yeah, he's got the Clark Kent suit.
Yeah, he's looking a little better now. So
it's like Daz in her little nightie here.
Yep, gotta have that. That's mandatory every couple issues.
Yep. It's like, and then so we got a little bit of again, this is the what you've missed so far of Dazzler as a little kid. Kind of showing her father, the relationship stuff here. Memories of her mother. So now, if you remembered earlier tonight, we started the show off with issue 13, where Dazzler found this brooch. It has a little heart with little wings on the side.
Yes.
So she happens to look outside the window and sees a truck go by, a van with that symbol. So this is the same symbol as her brooch, which belonged to her mother, who she doesn't know.
Yep.
So she calls her friend to try to get. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, man. It just kind of catches her off guard, the symbol. So she calls one of the only people that she knows may be able to help her. I think, right? She's calling a friend that she thinks may be able to help with the situation, that can investigate.
Yes. So she starts to call. So she calls Jessica Drew.
You got a shower scene here.
Shower scene. She did also call. She also called another. She's she's been calling people that have the same last name just randomly out of the phone book. That was the other thing that happened.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she was trying to investigate a little bit on her own, but was not getting anywhere. So that's when she went to. And this shows Spider-Woman showing up to her own apartment, and she gets undressed just in time to get dressed again to meet Allison, who shows up at her door. So that's what we're seeing here.
Yeah, and that's Spider-Woman. Look at it, getting undressed here.
She gets in the door, boom. She takes them clothes off first thing. Then she gets to the door and Allison's there. She needs.
Yep. Have you seen this brooch before? It's like, no, I don't know every brooch ever sold. No, that's not what's happening. She's talking about her mother and saying, I need to hire you. Thanks, Joe Doc, for popping by. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
You got, you had Donna Troy. I didn't realize you changed to Donna Troy from Valkyrie. He usually has Valkyrie, though he's had other characters, but he's on Donna Troy.
Oh, cool.
Can you help me? It's like, well, sure, I can help you.
Of course.
And it's like, first you got to pay me the money, though. Okay.
Yeah,
it's like,
gives her like, I think it's like $100 retainer fee, which is $100 retainer fee. That would be a lot of money. That'd be a lot of money in the early 80s, right?
It's about 3. So it's about 3 times. So today would be about 300.
Yeah. So, okay. So that's about, that would probably be about normal. It might be a little more than that nowadays for a retainer fee.
Mm-hmm. I feel Jessica's being kind of mean here. Oh, hold on a second. Let's bring our buddy. Cliff has made it.
Oh, we got Cliff in the house, y'all. Counselor.
I'm gonna give him the Army of Darkness intro.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Yeah, what's up, Cliff?
Hello. Hey, Cliff. And look at this gorgeous shirt.
Oh yes, nice.
Nice. I like it.
Love the Dazzler.
I got that TaylorWinder.com. TaylorWinder.com.
Taylor Winder.
I really like this shirt. I think it's hilarious. I think it's great.
It's fine.
I do have a real rule that's about 7 or better, but it has something to do with grading.
Well,
the flag. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, what are you wearing?" And I'm like, Leech's Superheroes, Timberwolf, the original Wolverine, and everyone's like, "Original Wolverine."
That's awesome. I like it.
I just read. So one of my favorite Legion issues. I've got 3 copies of this one, but this one here where Princess Projectra is feeling this pain and she's going to die, and every Legionnaire has to take turns. There's no action in it, which is normally a bad thing. If there's no action, I usually hate it. But in this one, though, everyone takes turns to absorb her pain. It was just a cool issue where everyone came together to help her. I thought it was just not. And Timberwolf is the first one to go. And I mean, this is the Mike Grell art here, and like Timberwolf is bad. I'm trying to find a good page. Like Timberwolf, this is, like you can see it's Wolverine. It's like literally like.
Oh yeah.
So, but I love Wolverine, obviously. I mean,
Jay, did you cover all of the Adventure Comics stuff?
We just finished Adventure Comics last Monday.
Oof. All right.
Now we're covering Action Comics. And I've owned quite a lot of the Adventure Comics. I think I'm like 20 away from owning I don't have 247. I'm like something like 20 away from owning all the Adventure Comics appearances of the Legion. Damn. I've been friggin' hitting it hard, like on these shows. Let me see. Legion of Superheroes, Adventure Comics only. Yeah. So like, let's say, I don't know, 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah. 4, 8, 16, 20. Yeah. Something like maybe 25 or so. And then I've got them all. I'm never going to get 247. So.
Never say never.
That is true. The most I've ever spent on a comic was 400 Canadian, which is like 300 American. That's the most I've ever spent on one comic book.
Maybe you could trade your way there one day, though. Maybe you could trade some stuff towards something like that.
I've got I have a Castle Grayskull. I don't know if you guys are He-Man fans, but I've got
I like He-Man.
Masters of the Universe Classics Castle Grayskull. It's enormous.
Oh yeah, I know what you're
It's
talking about.
enormous.
Those are amazing.
Yeah, it cost me about $300 when it came out. It is now on eBay for like $4,000.
Jeez.
It's sold out in seconds, but back then, my boss at my day job was my cousin. So I just told him, like, listen, at 11 o'clock till noon, I need to be logged in on this website so that I can get in queue and order this thing. I said, or I can call in sick. It's like, I will call in sick to stay home and I have to get this castle. He's like, yeah, no worries. So I got in there. It sold out very quickly.
That's cool. He lets you do that too. That's awesome.
And the level of pain made Timberwolf go crazy there. And he started beating up everybody. It was awesome. But we're saving that for Mondays. So Cliff, we're on issue 15. So this is Spider-Woman. So you came in time for Spider-Woman, which is a big one. So where are we at here? So now I thought Jessica was being a bit of a meanie because Dazzler is trying to find her mom. Like she's not looking for her lost kitten or something. It's like, I'm looking for my mom, and then she's like, "Oh, you're an amateur going out on your own and all this." It's like, dude,
I want to be fair. The whole Dazzler series, all the guest stars are a little out of character.
True.
Yes, you think that they're.
I mean, look at She-Hulk last issue.
Yeah, like.
Man, she gets mind controlled by some random guy mind controlled She-Hulk. That's insane. Like that would never happen. Like that was weird. Yeah.
Toy.
Do you feel it's contrived? Like you feel that it's like they're just creating this in order just to have Dazzler do stuff. It's not as natural, right? Like,
yeah,
like you know, like Jessica. I never read many. I think I only have like 2 or 3 issues of Spider-Woman. I don't know. I just never got into Spider-Woman, and I love it, which is weird because I usually like the female characters. Like I love Supergirl, love Wonder Woman. My biggest collection of comics is probably Wonder Woman and Superman and Supergirl. If you count Supergirl, then Wonder Woman and Supergirl together would be my largest collection. Spider-Woman, I don't know what it was. I just couldn't. Like I couldn't do Spider-Woman. I don't know why.
I used to have most of her Volume 1 run. I ended up selling it, but I used to have most of Volume 1. Some good issues.
And look, Spider-Woman is like, I'm not saying she's like the coolest on the block, but like, like, hey, I'm looking for my mom. And it's like, man.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, it's like, okay, well, fine.
I'm like, Jessica is like a little bit like cooler than that.
Right. So now she is gonna go do something. She comes to her senses. It's like, well, I'm gonna go investigate. So they're both simultaneously doing their little investigations. Talking to this guy's like, got to pay the money, and there goes the retainer fee right there, $100. And just hitting the pavement, right? Checking it out. Here comes Daz at this tower. It's like, let's go into this. So she asks this. This is this is a bit weird. She asked this random woman, "Oh, have you seen this? Yeah, it's over there." It's like, oh, okay. So I guess she's following up on a lead here. It's a little, go over there and dearie and go check that place out. And it's like, okay, sure, I'll go over there. And then this guy here looks like from like some steampunk comic or something. I'll go. Here's some information. Vinny's. What is this? Vinny's. I can't read what that says. Anyways,
I can't see it either. It's too
yeah. Vinny's Club or something. Like what the heck?
Like where is this? Yeah. Like okay. Nope. Never saw that truck here. Never saw a truck like that. It's like, well, okay. Well, you suck. How do you like that? So she calls up her buddy here. Now, I don't know any of these characters. I don't know if they appear in Spider-Woman comics or something. Trying to get the sales numbers. Yeah, I know. They're just giving guest appearances. Well, I bought the comics, so let's see. Look, she's got a connection here, so she's going to call that she calls, and he's going to help her out. Meanwhile, Dazzler enters here and finds it like a big mess. And then this is crazy. This is like, I don't know if you guys are fans of Italian horror movies, but this is like Suspiria or something.
I love Suspiria.
Oh, me too.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it big time.
The garbage remake for Amazon. Oh my God. All the charm of the original movie wasted. But anyhow, you're right. You make a good point with the visuals here. Yes.
Yeah, like all of a sudden it's like, what the hell happened? This is like the dance academy. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? She just falls into this pit. I thought there's gonna be barbed wire pits or something, like trying to get out of that thing.
Yeah, and then Spider-Woman shows up to this one building and she jumps down in. Is this the same building that Allison just fell in, or is this a different? No, it's the same one, right?
It's the same one. Yeah, they meet up here. So they meet up. And this is cool. I kind of, one thing I do like about Spider-Woman is that I actually like that the costume has no relation to Spider-Man. I kind of like the more unique you can make the character, the better it ends up being for me. I thought She-Hulk was pretty good because they made it like she's a bit smarter. She retains some of herself. And I really like Sensational She-Hulk where they flipped it. I don't like when it's just the same character repeated for anybody, whether it's like a male or female. It's just
like Supergirl is just a knockoff of Superman.
Right. Exactly. But I love Supergirl. So that's, I know I'm contradicting myself, but I love Supergirl, but she is just Superman.
Here, Jessica has always been completely different.
Completely different. I've always loved the original costume. This one right here is awesome. I really like the Julia Carpenter Spider-Woman as well. I always thought
so like the kind of the black suits, like the Venom black suit.
Yeah, which is a little more like Spider-Man. So that's kind of getting away from what you're saying, but I thought that she was cool as well.
And
she looks cool.
Julia is much more Spider-Man. Julia even had web shooters at one point.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't read too. Again, I don't know too much about the Spider-Women, but this costume looks awesome to me. Like this looks really cool, and it's really unique. And it doesn't look like any other hero either. Like it just looks like a unique design.
Yeah,
I wish Daz was in her costume, and it would have been really cool to see the two of them in there.
That would have been cool.
No, but I mean, she's barely keeping her boobs in that outfit. That's for sure.
Yeah, so that's a bonus. Well, that's two bonus. That's two bonuses, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta have that in a Dazzler comic. Either that, or she's in like some sort of negligee at some point.
Right, random negligee.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Quasar.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, Quasar.
We got an issue 13 earlier. We got some Wendell Vaughn earlier.
Yeah. I am angry. It's like, oh, my eyes. Oh man, this is cool. So I like this sort of almost like D&D kind of escape the dungeon, like escape the traps, like it's like an escape room. I used to own and run an escape room before the vid came along and shut us down. But I like this escape room vibe. Like there's different challenges as you go through like each room or whatever. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I like to see Dazzler team up with new people for the first time and see how they're going to handle the situations. And this is a cool team up. These are two female characters that I really love a lot. So it's really cool for me to see them team up.
This is a good week for you because you got She-Hulk, who's one of your faves. You got
man. These are three. Dude, Dazzler, Spider-Woman, She-Hulk. They're definitely three of my favorite female characters.
So it's like now they're just. I like so there's different challenges in this comic. So this is a physical challenge, like just you got to beat these things. These what was that movie? Resident Evil. Remember Resident Evil had those weird dogs, those like mutant dogs or something. It's like one of those. It's like one of those, or it's Ravage from Transformers.
Oh my lord!
She just throws this thing. Does Spider-Woman have extra strength like Spider-Man or no?
Yes,
she doesn't.
She's right, but like it's different because she's got the pheromone thing. I forgot how they augmented her.
She had some mist or something earlier. What did she have?
Shock power too. She can do those shock.
Venom.
Yeah, she can do the zappy. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so she's pretty tough.
Yes.
She can just like literally headlock this friggin' dog thing. That's
Hey,
pretty cool.
Hydra created her, man.
Yeah, she.
Oh, is that the origin?
Oh,
Wow, that's
yeah.
great. Oh wow.
And then
Maybe
Julia got hers from, like,
I'll
the
grab
experiment.
the. Yeah, maybe I'll grab the that first. Maybe I'll get on because I do digital comics a lot. Maybe I'll grab the digital on that. They had her. What is Fantasy? They had her as a sick kid who got a spider bite. I love High Evolutionary. He's cool.
Julia got hers from a ritual. Wait, no, that was Maddie Franklin.
Yeah, that's Maddie Franklin.
How did Julia get hers?
Oh,
So then they said Hydra lied about creating her. Man, I can't follow any of these origins.
Oh, I hate where they go to. Like, if you want to add something to the origin, I'm okay. When you try to erase part of it, because why are you doing
It
that?
gets
man?
too confusing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
confusing.
Now, mind you, some people have some very, very messed up, triggering like origins. So I could understand maybe wanting to retool it heavily, right?
Or don't mention, like, I mean, just continue on with the character and build them up. Again.
But the
Like,
thing is, as we move forward in comics and you get new readers, and new readers like, well, what's their origin? It's like, well, you see, the KKK abducted her. You're like, oh my God.
Well, they gotta walk it off. The KKK are not nice. They're not nice people.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue on here with they beat these things up. So now it's go to the next room. This is just like one like escape room thing after another. They get through this door, and whoa, it slammed. Now this was the cover.
Yeah.
Get nailed with water. Now this is scary. Like just drowning slowly in this room, and Dazzler's getting nailed. Like she gets nailed like right in the back here, and it's like
some, wet t-shirt scenes going on here.
Yeah, what the hell's going on here? This is
I was saying.
maybe I need to go back and rate this issue a little higher now that I'm revisiting it. Maybe it's a 10 out of 10 now. Hydra found her and told her they created her, so she was just an evolved. Oh, okay. Woo. Yeah, I can't keep track of these origins. People ask me sometimes at my day job, and I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, it's like I was like, it's what if I tell you something, it's only good up until what I know, because if they go back and change something, I don't know, right? And they have to revamp these comics every 10, 15 years to get the new readers on board, so they kind of like adjust things as you go. They did it when we were younger too, so it's not like.
And like I said, I don't mind it, but like, I hate when it's just a complete change. Like, oh, Hydra lied about the whole thing. I'm like, well, thanks.
Yeah, what was the point of that then, right? Yeah, and it doesn't even matter. Like, I always find that I think writers, the mistake with them is that they come back and instead of like Cliff, you're saying add to it, like let's say Frank Miller adds to Matt Murdock and saying, okay, you're throwing in Stick and you're throwing in all these other things and you're adding to it and you're like, oh wow. He didn't say, oh no, it wasn't really a canister that hit him. It's not that. Like, okay, well, what are you talking about? Like, that's nonsense. Like, I think writers think that they're making their mark by, I'm going to retool this whole thing. It's like, well, you can add on to it and make your mark with a good run, right? So
yeah, very true.
Anyway, all right. So this is a scary thing here. Jessica picks her up here. It's like, all right, I'm going to carry you out of here. Boom, and she gets nailed. But she goes up the wall, climbs up the wall. But where are they going to go? Boom, kicks this door open. Yeah, this is like a wrestling match. She just got slammed. Not the most graceful exit of all time. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
that's funny. It's like, okay, I hope you're happy. It's like, whoa, what did I do? I'm just trying to, it's like, it's the three witches in this that live in this house. I didn't do anything. Yeah, but there's also cough, some sort of vapor. And then I gotta say, there's not a lot of this shirt that you can sacrifice tearing a bit off. I'm just letting Dazzler know.
But she's willing to do it though. She'll sacrifice that shirt.
She will do what she's got to do to make the readers happy. Yo, okay. When these guys showed up, I was like, "Whoa, what the hell? This is like level 2 dungeon here. This really leveled up."
Yeah.
I mean, okay, there's these giant robots.
Does it ever tell us what these things are? Because I was trying to figure out what they were.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at my notes here, which are my notes are absolutely like just scrambled to hell.
I had notes up until this issue, and that's where my notes stopped.
Yeah. Dude, Fancy, I was gonna say something. You beat me to it, buddy. I was gonna say Dazzler's hair is well, she probably uses a lot of hairspray, and gel, so it probably is good. Jessica doesn't do that, so hers is all. I don't know.
Aquanet, all that Aquanet.
Look, if giant robots show up, there's a 90% chance I'm gonna like it. So it's just. I mean, who doesn't want to fight giant robots? Like, I mean, I don't.
Well, I certainly don't, unless I have powers. Like, then we're in.
Yeah.
Well, if I had powers, then yeah.
I want a blue shield suit.
I'm telling you, I'm doing Blue Shield. It's going to sell 1 million copies, and then issue 2 is going to outsell X-Men #1 by Jim Lee. I guarantee you.
J-Man's going to resurrect Blue Shield, Cliff,
and do my version of it.
He's going to make it good.
I'm going to make it good. Make it better.
You can't make it worse.
I guess you can't make it worse. No, do I have that clip? Do I have the make it better clip? Hold on a second. Yeah, I do. I do have the make it better clip. I'm going to play this.
Make it better. Turn up the good. Turn down the suck. Turn down the suck knob.
That's from a Canadian movie.
I think he has something there about the suck knob, but we gotta come back to that.
Yes, yeah.
We're getting into different territory here.
Work it in, yeah.
Exactly, and I do know how to work it in.
Oh no, I've frozen. Oh no, I'm good. Okay, phew. That scared me. Yesterday, my computer. I'm on a mini computer, and it overheated on the stream, and it shut me down. So I got a fan now. All right. So the Venom blasts. So they're fighting these robots best way they can. Daz has able to get on her roller skates.
It's on.
Spider. Oh, it's on.
It's on.
She throws her venom. Whoa, like ducking, and it's just a fight. It's a Marvel brawl. Yep. What do you want to? It's a Bronze Age brawl.
Dazzler's new costume.
Dazzler's new costume.
The move windows, built-in
the
move
green,
window.
The green. The green sound. No, the green scream. No, she doesn't scream. I don't know. The green light. The green light. Green light. Sure, go with the green light. So like he gets nailed. I love how this happens. He punches he kind of she does a Matrix here.
Oh, she does. Check her out.
Yeah, I love it. That swing low.
Jessica jumps out of the way. Good teamwork here, and then he punches the other one, and then she blasts them, and they're down. That was pretty epic. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was pretty good. 4-page.
No, it was pretty good. I only wish Dazzler had used her powers a little more.
Yeah, you don't really get any of her powers displayed.
Yeah, there's a little boom here and a little shimmer there, and I'm like, girl, did we learn nothing from our adventures with Galactus?
Yeah, we got 15 issues, and all you got's the green boob bandit running around.
Yeah,
and no powers, no light projections, nothing.
Here, message to Dazzler.
I recommend you try another sport, like knitting.
Oh, that's from the same movie. Sorry, that movie's hilarious to me. So anyway, okay, so they do get out of that, and then what the hell? She melts. So she does do a little bit here, melts through this thing, and then they open it. Now, what the heck? There's a lot of traps to get through this, maze of terror to get to this little microfilm. It's like, okay, I've got the film. A roll of film. Let's grab it. And vamos. Rips this down. Can they fit through there? I know they're skinny, but I don't know.
They clearly do. It's all about angles, right?
Yeah.
They clearly do.
Because I'm looking at mine, it's right here. There's no chance in hell.
Well, they're in an office building. It's industrial. Like, let's.
So it's a bigger. It's a
right?
bigger one, right? All right. So they climb through. All right. We'll give them that. They get out, and so she can. I guess do these. I always thought they were just. I guess they're not just for show. They help glide.
Hey, and there's
like
the
Spidey had the ones that glide.
There's the symbol thing again on the wall.
Yep.
There's that symbol from her mom's brooch or whatever.
Yeah.
So we get a little bit of a shield, though. They're like a shield thing here with these robots. And it's like, oh, maybe she was some sort of operative or something. Or
yeah, it's like at this point, it leaves us wondering what her mom was involved in.
Yeah. Shield training robots. Yep. There you go. It's like the danger room.
Okay, cool.
Good Lord. Look at Spider-Woman. Next time, leave things to professionals. She's like, okay, Spider-Woman, you can think I'm an idiot. Look.
Yeah, Spider-Woman's being very rude. But Enchantress is coming up. But I wanted to say
Enchantress again. That's gonna be cool.
I always like Spider-Man with those.
With the same thing?
I thought that was kind of neat. I don't remember thinking
he
that was
also
neat.
used them to glide.
I like them. But we got Enchantress next issue though, and who would you guys say, just a random question, who do you think, like, up into this issue in the run, would you say that Enchantress is her biggest arch rival up until this point?
Up until this point, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, how awesome would it be? Was Enchantress? No, she has not been shown yet. If they did a movie, you should have Enchantress be the villain. That'd be bloody awesome. If they had it, it's like just two.
I gotta tell you, now that I've read a lot more of this run, Enchantress was my favorite villain until a certain mutant wearing green shows up.
Okay. All right.
Then that got epic.
Okay. Speaking of epic, oh my God. This is insane.
Yeah.
I
feel like they put all the work into like the neck down in this one.
Her face looks good.
They really knew where to plug the attention. That's what they're doing. Plug the attention.
Well, like, she's almost blackface. Like, what's going on with her face and the shadow?
Oh, that's a right shadow thing. That's like that one doesn't bother me as much as just excessive cleavage. But this is like, I'm like standing at the edge of the stage. So like, I buy that.
It's just a lot of shadow to me. It's just too much.
Again, because perverts were writing and drawing this. That's why. Okay. You know damn well he's like, let me save some time in the face so I can focus on the boobage.
True.
Yeah, okay. I don't think I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift, but I don't think Taylor's going to be. I don't think she can pull it off. I don't know. I haven't seen. I haven't really examined.
Let me tell you. I think she can do anything. This past for me, as far as like business wise, she's done anything. Anything that came her way, she did it.
I'll give her that. Yeah, she has.
All right, so we're back to the. So Enchantress appeared early on as a foil because she was doing her little singing thing, and then Dazzler beat her. So she's upset over that because no one beats Enchantress at anything. So this is back with now the Bruce Harris character, who is the kind of the asshole guy that she was doing the opening act for. Mm-hmm. He got the band let go, or is that coming up, or I can't remember if that just happened. Oh, it's coming up right now. So they basically fired her right before going on stage in order to maybe throw her off her game, play some mind games with her. The Bruce character is a pretty big a-hole. Mm-hmm. And he was jealous that the opening act was getting more attention than he was.
Yep.
So he's pissed off. Lance is like, well, she's better than you. And he gets all pissed off. And he's like, well, you tried to throw her off her game. Allison obviously can realize that. So she's just going to go all out and just do like the best show ever.
And again, notice she's used more of her light powers in a couple of pages to perform on stage.
Right.
But that shows you where her passion is. And she even talks about that, like how she enjoys, like she could have went to the X-Men and did this or that, but she really enjoys being a singer and affecting people's lives with her music.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the X-Men didn't say, give this up and come chill at the school. It's kind of like you can do both. You know?
I know. I never understood that either. Why couldn't she just do both?
In fact, she would have had a great place to live if you think about it, and then she wouldn't be worried about the rent all the time.
Protection all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I it's just that's like the whole X Office. They're like, no, we don't put her in her own book. It's like, all right, like,
yeah, and that's true. And also, it does do something for her character that she wants independence and to make it on her own.
Yeah, that is true.
I did find, I think the best of the female characters were mostly in X-Men. Like X-Men mostly had the best of the. And they're all, and that was one of the, I mean, you could just redo, like Giant Size X-Men #1 is probably one of my favorite comic books if I just pick one comic, like, it's hard to pick one comic, like, but if I had to just pick one, like that's a complete, introduces all these new guys. It sort of checks all the boxes that people want checked and still told a good story with a cool monster to fight. So I don't see why they can't replicate that, again, or do it in a film or something. And it didn't have any derivative characters. Like all the new characters were actually real characters that someone thought about. It wasn't just like, like they checked the boxes, but it wasn't just to check a box. It was like, okay, let's make a cool character.
Yeah.
And every character from that Giant Size X-Men is like a superstar character. So, I don't know why they can't like effing figure it out. Like, I mean, it's been done before. Like some of this stuff is a bit weird and perhaps dated, but Giant Size X-Men 1, I mean, geez, like that's a killer issue.
Oh, of course.
But anyways, this guy, he's back to looking a bit more goofy. I found he looked a little bit.
He's not looking as studly as he was last issue.
I don't know. I think he hasn't got a haircut. He looked cooler to me last time. He looks a bit. I don't know. I don't like the mustache either. It's a bit weird.
The porn stash, and he's let his hair go a little bit. It's not as neatly trimmed.
We may have switched artists between books.
Did we switch artists?
No, we didn't. It's still Frank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's still So I don't know. It was weird because he did look. Now his first appearance, he was brutal.
He was Ronald McDonald his first appearance.
Yeah, he was Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
He's trying to be. No, he's trying to be. And Doctor Doom's not her. I can't. Hey, Fanny, I can't do Doctor Doom because Doctor Doom's a Fantastic Four. I would never put Doctor Doom against Dazzler in a movie or whatever because that would just be like preposterous. But Enchantress is good because she's not really being used in anything. It's not like they're like Enchantress is just there. Like that would be a great villain to use to introduce a new villain to people and have it be, really cool. Plus I like the green. Green's my favorite color. I think she just would look cool. Anyway, so yeah, you're back. Oh, wow. More undressing, more bending over. So that's all good.
It's mandatory.
Mandatory. Thank you. Check that off. Like, yeah.
Pulling the shirt over the boobs.
Push the shirt over the boobs. Good job. Knock, knock. Is that how knocks sound? I guess. All right.
Sure.
Look at Ken.
I'm like, what is he doing here?
He's juggling. He's charming and impressive.
Oh my God, he won a kiss out of that. Man, dude, we need to learn how to juggle, y'all. We can get.
Yeah, it would have helped me. That's how I impressed my wife by juggling.
I don't learn how to juggle.
These are some grown ass men who
juggle and grow a porn
comic. They clearly needed a better social life.
Yeah. Screaming Mimi, yep. Oh, I do like. So, Cliff, we missed your take. Now, I'm not sure if you're a fan
of Songbird.
No. I was a fan of women in prison movies because it's a great
They're
genre.
really not my thing, but I am familiar with their existence.
Okay, so
I'm noticing some symbolism, some hidden symbolism in this panel. We've got a bunch of erect towers.
Yes.
around where they're kissing.
subtlety.
And we got a train coming through.
We have a train coming through.
Do I have anything? Do I have anything for that? Do I have any clips for that? And we'll do Elvira.
Shout out to Phantom Outsider for putting up with all our crap. I love it.
Yeah, no, Fanny's really good. He's our knowledge guy too. Like he'll do my fact checking for me when I just say something that's like completely wrong. I have been known to also. I said this on my stream the other day. It's like if I'm talking about movies, sometimes I'll lie to make the movie sound better to get people to watch it just so they could suffer through it with me, and then it'll be like that didn't happen. I'm like, I know I lied. I just want you to watch this movie and suffer through it. and so my friends, my buddies still fall for the dumbest crap. I'm not gonna say it on this stream, but I told them something, and they're like, "Oh my god, really?" And I'm like, "No, of course that didn't happen. Like, come on, are you like really?" Anyway, so some smooching going on here.
I love the scandal.
Look at this. Whoosh.
Look at her looking on Hollywood.
Look at this woman coming in. Jets taking off. Having a little private time. Hey, he switched from the blue Clark Kent suit to the green.
Yes.
And that purple
He had blue
dress.
last time.
I like the purple dress.
Yeah, I do like that. That's good. Very, very stylish. And then this woman's giving her the stink eye.
Now she's got, in that one panel, she's kind of got the Farrah Fawcett hair going on.
Yes. You're right. And then she does the little wink here. Uh-oh. Now I'm in a new magical place. I'm in Asgard.
Magically.
Transported,
yes. Plus visually this would be interesting to do as well. You could do a lot of cool stuff on Asgard. But yeah, so there's Enchantress. Wait, wasn't there Learn to Juggle? Oh my god, was there?
Oh man, perfect product placement. Look at you and noticing that. That's killer.
Yeah, we're cycling through the Masterworks, so they removed all the ads. I should go back to my original issue and see if there was a juggling ad. That'd be so funny.
Hold on, man. I got it.
Do you have it right there? Mine's bagged and boarded in my storage room over here.
I keep the issues we're reading on hand just in case.
I love
okay.
you so much. That's so great.
That is the best. No, I've go through and see if there's a juggling ad. That'd be hilarious. No, I know, Fanny. I know you're just joking around, but I want to see if there actually was a juggling ad.
We have a Bubble Yum ad.
I love Bubble Yum.
No juggling, sadly. Yeah. That would have been funny though.
I eat candy all day. For lunch, I usually have sour keys or Twizzlers or something. That's usually my lunch. I eat just junk all day. Never had a cavity in my life, though. Never had a cavity. Never had any teeth problems. And always everyone makes fun of me. You're gonna have a cavity. I'm like, I've been eating candy every day. Never had it.
They're selling a real hologram laser out of here.
Oh
no, stop. Those ads in the old Legion books are great. Like learn karate for $1. I'm like, oh, okay.
You can finish high school out of this comic book somehow.
I wanna learn. All right, Daz is in the lair of the Enchantress,
and I love seeing these two. I love seeing the rivalry between these two.
Yeah, she's doing like Mantis technique or something. She's doing like kung fu.
I mean, they're both badass women. I like seeing the two of them face off.
There was a it's not here yet, but this is Enchantress's lair. Remember this tree? We actually saw that guy turn into a tree. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
That was like, remember that knight fought his way through, and then she treed him, turned him into a tree. Tree somewhat is
that was actually pretty funny. Pretty funny and cruel.
That was cruel. That was actually, I actually thought that story was kind of awesome. That story actually felt, because I've read some of the Norse mythology. I've read some of the Norse myths, and that actually sounded like kind of like a Norse myth. It fit that kind of tragic.
I agree. I used to read a lot of Greek mythology. I was really into Greek mythology, and that's like right in line with some of that stuff too.
Yep. Yeah, I do like all of that stuff. All right, behold, Dazzler, all these apes are here. So these are all guest knights or attackers, men, suitors, everything. Anybody that's come to her, she's turned into these monkeys. She's de-evolved them. She's Darwinized them. No, I guess I don't Darwinized them. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. It's like, my spell of silence.
Look at this. Check out this thigh gap panel. Check out the thigh gap panel with Enchantress right there. That's a good
thigh gap. That's so great.
That's the cover of For Your Eyes Only, one of the great James Bond films.
I want that, dude. I wish I could own that panel. Enchantress thigh gap with Dazzler right there. That is the killer panel.
No, it's like panel of the day, people. Panel of the day.
Sorry.
No, panel of the day is that first one up here. That was like. All right. Meanwhile,
Odin. We got some Odin coming up.
Got Heimdall on the Rainbow Bridge. We got this dude. So this guy's the messenger. This guy's Heimdall's messenger.
Cool.
That he's sending to Odin.
We got Odin.
And then Odin's got the ravens.
Got the Warriors 3 there, is it? I think.
Oh, I was actually really upset when those guys got killed by Hela in the Thor movie. I actually really liked Kate Blanchett in that movie. I thought she was pretty badass, but I kind of liked these three. I was like, oh no, they didn't kill Sif, but they killed the other three. I was like, I kind of like those guys. They were pretty.
You know what? If they did a proper Ragnarok movie, then we would see or whatever. We would see the rebirth of the Asgard. Who knows? Maybe they'll get it right next time.
Yeah. That movie has nothing to do with Thor. It's a fun popcorn flick, but it has nothing to do with Thor mythology at all. It's just like a random movie, and they're just calling it Ragnarok. It's like, okay, I liked it for the Jack Kirby influences, but
I liked it for what it was. I thought it was fine. I felt what came after.
It was awful.
I had a good time the first time I watched it, but then I realized it did not pass my replay test.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Wow.
So my replay test is, can I leave you on in the background, turn my head and enjoy it? Right?
Yep, I got you.
And with Love and Thunder, I realized that I would turn my head and get annoyed. And I was like, oh no. And by the way, of all the Marvel films, it's that one and Iron Man 3 so far.
I can't stand Iron Man 3. I think it's hot garbage.
Iron Man 3. And I hate Iron Man 3 as well for a particular reason. I'm going to tell you guys. There's actually a part of that movie where Iron Man is in Chattanooga, and they get it totally wrong. They say that we have horrible internet when he's in Chattanooga in that movie, and we actually have amazing internet. Chattanooga is actually known for having extremely good internet, but they have it ass backwards in the movie, and they're not really in Chattanooga. So, yeah, boo.
Yeah.
So you got personal. I don't like.
Yo, every time every time I watch a show and they're in Poughkeepsie, Wappingers, Newburgh, all the places that I've lived and known, right? And they get it all wrong, even though they filmed within 30 miles of the said location. I'm like, oh my God, that place doesn't even have a clerk's office. What are you doing? You know, what I love is like they actually film stuff in my home little city of Newburgh. But then when somebody actually goes there for the location, it is completely wrong.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, it's a movie thing. They film everything in Toronto, so it's like I remember in Incredible Hulk when that garbage abomination, or what they called abomination, that movie was fighting Hulk, and I'm like, that's Toronto. That's where I used to go to the HMV, or we had Sam the Record Man. I don't know what you guys, or did you guys would have had? Did you have Tower Records? You have Tower Records. So so the Tower Records was there, and I'm like, oh my God, this is Toronto. I was like, that's whatever they're saying it is. It's not. So I mean, everything's in Toronto. So we see. And actually, I don't know if you guys watched Reacher on Amazon.
I did. Sometimes not on mute.
Yeah, no, I
What's up,
no,
Bobby?
he-
What's going on,
hey, Bobby.
You know?
Bobby.
So Reacher is all filmed around here. Like literally, they filmed at a restaurant, and my buddy Steve is like, "Oh my god, I was just at that restaurant, like not too long ago." I was like, "Yeah, it's right there." So it's like it's great.
It's something else. I gotta tell you.
That's like great. Yeah, that is a. I do like the Reacher series, both 1 and 2. And I read the book of season 2, which is book 8. Which they did book 8 for season 2, but whatever.
Listen, I've been following that man since he was on American Idol, so I don't care.
What about he was Aquaman? Remember, he was Aquaman in.
Of course, I remember he was Aquaman. I literally told you I've been following him since he was on American Idol. Literally.
And it was cool because the girl in season 2 was Zatanna, and I'm like, oh my god, it's like a little. And then they had Kristen Kirk and for the season 1, so I was like, this is like a little. It was a weird Smallville reunion.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. And dude, and the thing is, a lot of them are in Canada, so it was just all too easy. Like, hey, can you come in?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's great. It's good, and I do. Yeah, the story. I'd like to. He'd be cool as He-Man. I know they're saying Batman, but he would be an interesting He-Man because Dolph Lundgren was so huge. To get someone, I mean, you need to have like this guy would be a great He-Man.
Yo, this dude is bigger than Dolph, so yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So He-Man would be like perfect for him.
Fantastic He-Man.
Yeah, not Batman as much for me. Batman needs to be more ninja than.
Yo,
than
do you know who I would love to see him as if they wanted to drag him into Batman? I would love to see him as Azrael.
Oh shit! Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yo, he would be a wild ass bats. Think about that.
I mean, the guy's so huge they could just paint the bricks on him, and then he could just be thing right there. That guy is massive, and some people. Hey, Chris, what's going on, brother?
What's up, Chris?
We summoned him with the power of Canada.
Oh, no, we were just talking about Jack Reacher, and like, I mean, he is He-Man. Like, he could just if you drew a He-Man, you'd be like, oh, it's him. It's like you just draw that guy. Like it is that guy. All right, so
he's just delicious. And
look at these. Speaking of He-Man, look at these big dudes here. Who are these big, huge guys?
The Warriors 3, and then some big, tall. I don't even know who the big, tall guys are.
Just entrances.
They're just extras.
They're just beefcakes here.
They're
like,
NPCs.
They damn near are wearing thongs, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've watched a lot of fantasy movies, so I mean, that's the costume. So
I was just observing the cheeks that were hanging out there.
Listen, they gotta have everybody. Saw fans. Thank you. Oh, dude's wearing first. Yeah, solid panel. Thanks, Chris. All right, so Enchantress watches this crap that you're doing here. Oh, I'm not doing anything. We're just having tea here. Oh yeah, I don't believe you. I'm going to point at you until you tell me what you're up to. Dazzler's like, I can't speak. Yeah. Oh, you missed it, Chris. You
definitely lots of cleavage.
There's so much cleavage. It's
mandatory.
Excessive.
It's mandatory. If you saw last issue, we even got some Jessica Drew in on the action.
I gotta tell you, so much cleavage, it would make Vince McMahon blush.
Yeah. Oh, here's one. I don't know if anyone knows this movie. This is a deep cut. I don't know if people know that one.
That's deep cut. What is that?
That's Ninja. That's Ninja 3: The Domination.
Ninja 3. Who's starting that?
Nobody that you'll ever. Well, do you know Sho Kosugi? Sho Kosugi. He did a lot of ninja movies. So in that scene, she doesn't have alcohol because she's a fitness person. So she has V8, and then she pours it all over herself, and then the guy, has V8. I cut the clip before the other part, but check out Ninja 3: The Domination. It's an awful movie, but I love it, and I've seen it 400 times, and I own it. I own at least 4 copies of it. So, and it has nothing to do with Ninja Part 1 or 2.
Starring Lucinda Dickey as Christy.
Yes. Have you seen the Breakin' movies? Breakin' and Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo?
Oh yeah, no, those I've seen. Yeah.
She's the girl from Breakin'.
I do remember that now. You know
what's
we'll be derailed. It's terrible.
We'll be. I love break. I have the break-in movies. I love one of my personal weird things is I do like dance-off movies. I don't know why. For some reason, I got into dance, and I used to watch So You Think You Could Dance. I used to watch that.
Dance-off movies are my hidden shame.
It is shameful, and you should be ashamed, and I should also be ashamed because they're always awful. Yeah, sorry about that. I saw you literally logged off. Oh, sorry. Okay, we're yeah,
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I also love Halloween 3, though. By the way,
different strokes for different folks.
Mm-hmm. And I used to watch different strokes.
Again, the name of my OnlyFans.
I'm going to tell you privately a name that I came up with, which I think is a brilliant name. I'm not saying it here. I'm going to say it offline if you want.
Let me tell you, the one I came up with for my barber shop, right? Because the owners of my barber shop are brothers, right? Mm-hmm. And one of them was like really complaining about like money and just always being in the shop and all this stuff. And I was like, "You guys want to start your OnlyFans?" And without a beat, he just looked at me and like, "What do you got?" And I was like, "It's perfect. We'll call it the Brother Load."
Oh no!
Yo, and they fell. The two of them fell to the floor. My own barber had to put down the clippers. It was great.
No. Oh, don't do it while they're cutting your hair. Are you crazy?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! It's like
definite gaps. Yeah, definite gaps.
Stop it!
Look at Chris.
You're killing Chris here, please. It's like the karate tip. Jim Kata. Oh
my god.
Hadn't been injured and unable to compete with it. Jim Kata's great.
Thank you, Dazzler, for giving us all these wonderful side places to
yeah. With this, everyone knows that on my streams we haven't been derailed this badly. I always get derailed, but this one, no. We've never gotten derailed on Dazzler stream yet, but all my other streams get derailed badly. Like literally, somebody at one point gave me a super chat and said, "Hey, remember, aren't you reviewing Daredevil?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, let's get back to Daredevil." Dude, they super chatted me to get me back on track. That's what
you gotta do, man. Sometimes you just gotta jump in there. Like, who is this dude that they're walking up to with the big ass purple cone on his head? Because I couldn't figure out who this guy was.
I wanted to be Immortus, and it so isn't.
It's not. I don't know who this.
Like him though. It looks like Immortus.
Lord Vizier.
Yeah.
I didn't know who this guy was when I read this.
So okay. So anyway, he's going to judge. There's going to be a sing-off. Dun, 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 dun. First, I thought it was going to be a chariot race, and it's like, nope, it's just going to be a advisor to open. Oh, there you go. Thanks, man. See, I told you, Fanti is he has a lot of knowledge, so it's good to have him there as your fact checker. He just knows. He's got it all in there.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't know a whole lot about Asgardian stuff. Just the basics.
They're going to have a battle here, but the thing is, Odin eventually steps forward, I believe, coming up. So they're just doing a battle.
Cool. I like the demonstrations of both of their powers right here. These panels are really cool.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I jumped the gun here. First, it's their powers, then it's the sing-off. So, spoilers, there's going to be a sing-off. I mean, yeah, rap battle. Exactly. There's going to be a rap battle.
You got to have it.
In 2024, it's a rap battle.
It's a rap battle, yeah. And this time, it's just singing pop music or whatever. It's what was that Eminem movie? 8 Mile? 8 Mile. Was that?
Yes.
I thought that was actually not too bad. I thought that was pretty good.
But the use of Dazzler
was a hit.
Yeah, it was really cool. Look, like it's not my thing really, but actually I really liked it. Hello, Sean. Thank you for joining the chat. Appreciate it.
We got Enchantress displaying her a little bit of her magic here, which is freaking awesome. It looks really cool.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
It almost looks like she's attacking her with hair.
I thought that too. And she lost her hair here. She doesn't have her hair now.
Giant weave.
Yeah.
Come on, Vinny, stop erasing the hair.
Hair to entanglement.
8.5 off-white pages.
Yeah.
I'm excited for X-Men 97. No.
Yeah.
It's not going to be X-Men 97. It's going to be X-Men whatever they feel like doing. So Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 10.
Let me tell you, all my friends who've seen the preview loved it. So
Yeah.
my expectations are not dwindling.
Everything that Disney produces is poop.
Just for you, I hear the first 3 episodes are packed with action.
Okay, I will watch the first 3 episodes if I can stomach it. But everything that Disney produced, I have yet to finish any Disney. No, that's a lie. That's a lie.
And they're saying Magneto is leading
all.
the X-Men, right? Magneto's leading the X-Men and Xavier is dead.
Yeah.
Well, he's in space with the Shi'ar, just like in the comics at that time.
Space. All right, so here comes the X-Men intro, except with only 2 people.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Boom!
Boom, man! How you
They
like
both
that?
got off some good shots.
Nailed it right in the friggin' face here.
Spow and a bap. You know it's hard when it spows. When you spow somebody, that's a good shot. If you spow somebody in the jaw, you're gonna put a hurting on them.
Yeah. Smack bap.
To be
Now she
bapped,
grabs the thing.
I've been bapped. Being bapped does not feel good.
I don't think I've ever been punched. I was in martial arts for a while, but I don't think I've been punched. I did get tripped, and actually a guy in science class held a knife to my throat in the classroom.
In Canada?
In Canada, as shocking as that might seem.
It does sound shocking,
but
all your childhood stories are tame compared to ours. It's your adult stories that are scary.
We had no, but there wasn't really too many incidences that were too like that was very, very weird that happened. Nothing came about it, but anyway.
You got these guys beating the drum. What do you think that's going to do for Dazzler's powers?
Oh,
yeah,
possibly enhance them.
Oh, charge! And then her little disco ball thingies lighting up. And Enchantress shoots some stuff too. She's getting nailed. This is actually a pretty damn awesome.
It's an action-packed. I love it. I love the way we're getting to see both of their powers.
This might be the best one of the night.
Very much so.
Yeah,
I think so. I mean, I think so.
I think
I'm looking
so
at my
too.
notes. Odin steps in.
Out of all the books, though, I still want the panel with the Enchantress thigh gap and then Dazzler's just chilling there in the middle. I want that panel.
Well, listen, you're really selling it on the Enchantress thigh gap. That is for sure.
You're doing a good job here. I'm definitely. I don't think it took a lot of selling. It didn't really need it. It kind of sold itself, but
yeah. But for those of us who could care less, he's selling it to me. I'm like, well, you know what? Sounds like a good piece of art.
Yes,
I'm calling that the panel of the night.
Panel of the night. Okay, I'll give it to you. Oh, Father Odin, sorry, I was just being a total bitch. It's like, let me explain. I'm just being a total bitch. So Odin's like, this is bullshit. What's going on here? He's got to step in. Like, all right, we're going to have a voice off. It's going to be American Idol.
I like Odin. You talk about Disney ruining some characters and stuff like that. They really ruined Odin.
It's just too jokey. I think Thor needs to be the visual style of Ragnarok with all of the Kirby essence in it was super cool. And I will say that I did feel transported when Thor goes to that other place or I do feel like, wow, we're in a new world. It's not like, oh, we're Thor 1, it's like we're stuck on Earth for a while, but I did like that, but the story and the portrayal of the characters is just poopy. It's really got I'm not Enchantress. Hela was pretty badass, and I really like Kate Blanchett. She's really good. But what the heck?
Well,
I don't know.
I like the actor that plays Odin. It's not the actor that plays
Odin.
Oh,
Anthony Hopkins, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely not. He's amazing. It's just the way that they portray the character.
How did they go wrong with him in the third one? I thought he was all right.
They just made him like a weenie. I just felt like he was a weenie.
He doesn't feel like
But because he's dying and he's telling his sons, like, this is it, and I'm gonna move on. Like, I didn't feel it was a big. We only get 2 versions of him in the movie: Loki Odin and Odin who says goodbye. I thought Odin that said goodbye was very beautiful and fatherly, and like, I'm transcending, and like that was it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like it feels like he's a non-character. I don't know. I don't remember much of him doing anything cool. But whatever, it's Thor's movie, so give it to Chris.
Odin shouldn't be doing all the stuff.
They just take characters like that I have high expectations for. Like Zeus, for example. They completely ruined Zeus.
That was awful.
And it's just like, I just feel like they could have done better.
There's a massive problem with Thor Love and Thunder in the structure of the story, because the problem is that Christian Bale he's the villain, because the story says he's the villain, but examining the movie that you're watching,
he's not the villain.
He's not the villain, because the gods that he's killing are actually either useless or flat out evil. They didn't show any
for gore the whole movie.
Yeah, like they didn't show any gods that mattered. So the problem is that in order for it to be said, you need to show a planet or a realm that's dying of thirst, let's say, because the water's dried up, and then a water god shows up to provide water to save them, and
Gore comes right in and kills him.
And then thus he's now killed this planet. And then you're like, well, we need to stop this guy, because he's killing the gods. Like those gods in the beginning, they're told dicks, are like, screw these guys, they're assholes. And then Zeus and his people are pretty useless. They're like, well, we don't care about anything. It's like, well, F you guys.
They just party. They just want to party.
Yeah, they just want to party. So I'm like, well, why am I against him? Now he does kidnap the kids, which is not great, but it's like there's nothing of consequence going on. You're like, he's not doing any damage that makes me feel bad, right? That's the problem. Like, I need to feel hatred to the villain for me to want the people to stop him. And I was just like, I don't care if they stop this guy. And then Thor's so goofy in that. It's just brutal. The only serious person is Natalie Portman. Everyone else is like in this joke fest movie. You're like, wow.
And even she's not that serious. Look how excited she is. She's like, I can fly around the planet at super speed and look for stuff. And I actually do enjoy that. I enjoy her excitement at being Thor, right? Like, they could have said, and by the way, there's a lot of problems with the movie that we will never know, right? Because Christian Bale flat out said there's a bunch of gore stuff that he filmed that is not in the movie.
Not in the movie,
right?
Yeah.
One of the deleted scenes that was shown to us after they released the movie to digital is Thor calmly having a conversation with Zeus, and Zeus giving him the thunderbolts, which means there were some serious structural changes to this movie.
Yeah.
But we want to, but now, and I'm willing to bet that they told Taika Waititi to just take the fall. I'm willing to bet they said just take the fall.
Could be. I've liked a lot of his other projects. I thought Jojo Rabbit was awesome.
I love What We Do in the Shadows.
I don't think I saw that, but I watched his first season of the pirate thing. Mm-hmm. I thought that was pretty good too. So the guy has talent to do stuff. There's something we're not seeing. There's something going on.
Not seeing, because why was that drop scene the way it was? Why did Christian Bale say there's a bunch of other scenes I did?
Yeah. Something's up that we don't know. Unfortunately, I buy everything, so I did buy the movie. I can only review the movie that I watched. I can't review the movie I didn't get to watch.
No, of course not. We can't. So, but I suspect something went wrong, and it's just like, take the fall. So, and I'm gonna end this, so we can get back to it. But what's his name? Steven Yeun from Invincible and Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
Like him suddenly not being the Sentry, I believe with all my heart that Disney's like, yo, dude, just take the dive. Say that, you got too busy of a schedule and we'll give you something else later. Like, I really believe it in my heart that they just told him to take a dive because they didn't want.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what's going on. You'll never know what's going on behind the scenes. So, I mean, that's just, it sucks for the people involved, but I don't know what to tell you. Like, I can, again, as you said, it's like we watched the movie. It's like, this movie is not great. So I don't know. What's Fanny said, to be fair, the Olympic gods, time has passed, like they're actively being worshipped. No. That's true. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, like, why should I care that he's killing these useless gods? That's my problem. Like, it's like, well, it's just, I don't like, if he's the god killer, but I don't like the gods, then I don't want to say I want people to die, but I just don't care if they die. I'm like, all right, well, like those guys in the beginning, I'm like, but I'm side. It starts off with me being on Gore's side. I'm like, wait, these guys are dicks. So I'm on your side. I'm like, but I'm not supposed to be on your side, am I? And then I'm like, I can't tell what the movie is like. Does the movie want me on his side or not? Like,
they have him kidnap the kids, so we're not on his side.
We're not on his side. However, Taika Waititi didn't know this, but kids in movies are irritating. So that's not enough to get me to not like you.
Yeah, but all the kids in that movie are the real cast and crew's children. So there we have it.
All right. Okay, so let's go to the sing off here. So her voice is brought back. Okay, so Enchantress does her singing. Wait, did we miss her singing? What happened here?
Which she's an amazing performer as well.
She's only got like one scene where she sings, right? Like one little panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just sang. It was like pretty lame. She's saying, oh yeah, here you go. This is it.
Yep.
So she sings, whatever, Amazing Grace or something, whatever she sings.
Got the harp. Got the lady playing the harp behind her.
Lord, she's not singing Amazing Grace.
I don't know what she's singing. She's singing. Well, maybe she's singing Iron Maiden 666 number of the Beast. She's singing. That is correct. That's right. That's what she's saying. Everyone's like, "Wow, that was awesome." And Owen's like, "Well, shit, that's it. She's got this. You can't win. You're just a mortal."
It's a wrap.
And then she's like, "Here we go.
Check out this." And then she busts out the light effects and everything.
She's like, I don't know. She's singing like some big epic song or whatever.
Yep.
And they're all like crying, like, "Oh my god, that was amazing!"
That's an awesome panel with her in the pink.
Oh, here with the face, yeah,
that's really cool.
She's singing. I don't know that song, but sure, that's the song. I'll give it to you, Bobby.
She definitely is singing that song.
It's emotion, yes. Yeah. So that she wins. They're like, Dazzler, you are clearly the best singer. It's like, here you go. I present to you this golden whatever. You are now Asgardian idol. This is Asgardian idol.
That's the second time now that she's one-upped Enchantress in a singing competition.
Look at her face. It's great. She's like, what?
One time. Like, she ain't even used to losing once.
Yeah. I don't know. Enchantress has won 0 times. Sorry, Chanty, you have not won anything. Meanwhile, back in the airport, our buddy Ken is waiting around here. It's like, we've already searched the plane several times. So Dazzler was going to the bathroom on an airplane and then walked out into Asgard.
So he's basically dealing with a little bit of what it's like to be in a relationship with Dazzler, because this is some of Paul's frustration with her just disappearing. And so, yeah.
I think I think it's like celebrities. You can't pick someone. You can't have, it's either you're both celebrities and you're doing a lot of stuff, or one person has to not be anything. Because if one person is something else, like if one person's a doctor and they're always on call, or if they're a police officer, or if they're a lawyer always on call doing stuff, and someone's another person who's always on call doing stuff, like that's just not going to happen. Right. So,
yeah. Well, that was Jane and Thor in Love and Thunder. I mean, again, we were talking about how terrible it is, but it did accurately portray how that could hurt a relationship.
Right. Yeah. So it's just, it's not going to, Paul doesn't know she's a mute. Oh yeah, you're right. No, he doesn't know. He doesn't know any of that. No. Paul, the problem is that you can't, like, we're on Dazzler's side because this is who we're following in the comic. And she's gone. We talked about this at the very beginning. She's gone through that nightmare realm. She's gone through other planets. She's like fighting Dr. Doom. She's on Asgard now. It's like fighting Galactus. Like, and then you come back and Paul's like, well, you're never around. It's like, well, yeah, because I'm kidnapped or whatever. And then Paul is also not around because he's also broken off dates that we've seen where he has to go do stuff. It's like, this is just like not happening. Now, this guy is a lawyer I don't know how busy it is I guess lawyers have their hours. I don't know if he's going to be any more reliable, but I guess we'll see.
But it's more of an office job.
Yeah. So he should be slightly more reliable.
Yeah, he's not seeing that she's off doing these battles and stuff. All he's seeing is like she's not showing up. She's supposed to be there and she wasn't.
Uh-oh. Well, it gives her they get the smooch together. And then the angel and the octopus. Ooh, what's going on? Hey, what the heck's going on over here?
It's about to heat up.
WW the third. What are you up to here?
Some angel, some rogue. We're about to get in some real good stuff.
So
Wow.
Rogue is probably quickly becomes my favorite Dazzler villain. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. I have not read that one yet.
Oh, they have quite a rivalry. It's pretty intense.
Yeah, Paul's a jerk. F him. I'm with you. F that guy. That's it. I'm done with him. You see how easy it is. Now I'm done with him. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Now I'm done with him.
None of Dazzler's love interests are really such great quality. You know?
My God. In the Marvel graphic novel, the guy that she's with in that graphic novel, it's horrible. It's bad. He's so horrible.
Let me get that off my face there. There you go. Oh, well, which is the better one? No. Oh, I guess we'll keep that one. I tried to align it so that Dazzler's like holding us up, but it's just not working.
Yeah, but no, Dazzler's book can be absolutely brutal.
Oh, she is undressing on page on page 2. So there you go. That's something to look for.
There you go.
The Beast. Oh, the Beast. Yeah. We're gonna do those, right? We're gonna do those.
We're gonna do Beauty and the Beast issue 1 through 4. We have to. It continues.
Yeah, we'll do those, and that'll be the end. It'll be this whole rest of this run, and then those 4, and we'll do those 4 in one go. Yeah. So that takes care of all the issues. Oh, I was going to ask Bruce Harris, who is the guy that's the opening or the main star. Cliff, do you know if that was based on anything? This comic was from the early 80s. We're trying to figure out if that was based on a real person or if they just drew a guy who they thought he had like long white hair with like the kind of the Daredevil Harry Potter glasses or whatever.
Oh, like the singer that she was supposed to be imposing upon?
Yeah. Was that based? Do you know if that was based on a real person, or is that just they just made up a guy that they thought might?
I think they made up a guy, but I also feel like they were taking a jab at one of their Marvel colleagues.
Okay.
Yeah, they do that. They do that a lot, right?
They do it all the time.
That would explain it.
You know, there's so many times where it's like, hey. It's like they're making fun of this dude who looks like Stan Lee. Oh, they're making fun of this dude that looks like Steranko. It's like, they are.
So you know what? I'm going to change the way your channel appears here, because your channel is actually S Vaughn 82. There you go. I'm going to save that because I've been using just your name. Okay, cool. But the link has been good. So the link to everyone's channels are in the description plus in the chat, and I put your guys' links in every video I do, just because I have like a list of like friends of the channel that I just post all the time. But there you go. Make sure you guys we'll do it in a second. So let's take a look at the poll. So we got 14 votes on our poll here, and I just said best supporting character of the night. Everyone got a vote. So Titania got 21%, She-Hulk got 21%, Spider-Woman 43%, so Spider-Woman's going to be the winner there, and Enchantress got 14%. So I'm going to end that poll there. Okay. So it looks like Spider-Woman
was at least effective.
Mm-hmm.
I would have voted cool. Enchantress. I would have put my vote on Enchantress.
On Enchantress, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a good rivalry so far.
Yeah. All right. So Scott, what do you got going on this week? And tell us everything you got going on.
Oh man, this Monday on Comic Book Addicts, we will have an awesome guest. Well, first off, I'm going to have a co-host, Lady Fantastic, which is like best case scenario, awesomest co-host ever. So Lady Fantastic will be hanging out, but we will be welcoming Trish Forstner because her new book Feral drops next Wednesday. So she's going to be hanging out with me Monday, 2 days before it drops. We're going to be talking all about Feral on Comic Book Addicts this Monday. So y'all come hang out with me and Lady Fantastic and Trish Forstner, and let's find out about this new hot book, Feral.
Cool. Yeah, Lady Fantastic was just on my Dune panel whenever that crappy sequel came out.
Of course you didn't like that. Everyone is enjoying it, and you're just like, nope.
Hey, Lady F didn't like it either. Lady F didn't like it either. We teamed up on the Wonder Twin Powers Activate.
I don't feel like she disliked it as much as you did.
No, I gave it a 5 out of 10, and I'll buy it on 4K because I buy everything. So I'm still, and I bought Love and Thunder on 4K as well, even though that was a trash movie. And I even bought Wakanda Forever, which is the most despicable film ever made. So I've even bought that. So I still
despicable film ever made.
One of. Let's go one of. I'm just Madam Web. Madam Web's pretty. I pre-ordered Madam Web, unfortunately.
Currently, the pit for me is Madam Web and Morbius. They are like lingering in the sludge, and the only thing beneath that sludge, I can't even think of what's beneath that sludge, but those two movies are
the bottom.
Are such the bottom that they make things like Love and Thunder look good. So like that's how low and deep we are.
You know what? Here's the thing. It's tough. See, for me, if it's a character, so a lot of these things are personal. When I do my reviews, I do them more like so. Dune 2, I gave a 5 out of 10, which a 5 out of 10 by my rating system is sort of a kind of a pass. Like it was okay. The problem is that they removed so many elements from the book, and they didn't add anything to replace those elements. Instead, they just elongated the simpler aspects of the book instead of tackling the weirder aspects of the book. And I'm like, you kind of gave me 3 hours where in 3 hours, I felt you could have gotten a lot more deeper into the things from the book that you removed.
You also felt there should have been a politically driven bisexual orgy because I was missing that.
No, well, listen, whatever's in the book is in the book. And Baron Harkonnen was definitely toned down. They removed all of his weirder things. And I know they shied away from it because they want to make it PG or whatever. That's fine. But then it's not a PG. Look, this is Game of Thrones. PG-13, yeah. So Dune is more Game of Thrones. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things that maybe not all audiences are going to, find tasteful or enjoyable. But that is what it is. I don't think the movie's a trash movie or anything. It's just but Madam Web's an awful movie, and it's also they kept showing you those 3 Spider Women in costume fighting,
and we all knew it was garbage.
They weren't even in them. It wasn't even in them. I can't believe it. I thought this will be a poopy movie, but I wanted to see the 3 girls in costume fighting that Ezekiel guy. It didn't happen. I'm like, when is this? And I looked at my watch. I thought, wow, they don't have their powers yet. And I'm like, when are they going to get their powers? And they didn't get them. And I thought, well, this movie's over and they didn't get powers. I can't believe it.
There's so many things that are wildly wrong with that movie. But one of them is there's 3 major action scenes in the movie that mean nothing. Nothing.
They're just running around. They're running away. I'm like, what is going on here? The 3 girls, I thought they were okay. I was like, I saw the 3 girls. I was like, hey, they're not too bad. I actually like that Black Lightning girl. I don't know the actress's name, but she was from Black Lightning. She left and she left and they replaced the actress, but I liked her. I was like, I like her. I was like, I like Sydney Sweeney. I'm like, okay, these 3 girls, they're good. And they look cool in the costumes. And it's like, then they just they're not in the movie. I can't believe it. I was completely stunned. I can't believe it. They're not in the movie. And people came back. And I told them, I was like, they're not in the movie. It's like, well, at least they fight at the end. I'm like, no, they don't fight. They're not in the movie. They're not in. It's in a flashback, and then in the beginning, there's a flash forward where you will become heroes. I'm like, but you didn't become heroes in this movie, so why am I on? So imagine you're watching Captain America, the first movie, and then it's like, he's just not Captain America. And you're like, okay. And then at the very end, they make him the super soldier. You're like, well, what the hell did I watch this entire movie for? Where is it? I thought he was going to be Captain America. Wow, what a trash movie. That's a bait and switch and a half, man. That's the worst bait and switch ever. So I told all my friends that Sydney Sweeney was nude in the movie. I said, well, at least she's nude in it. And then they're like, really? I was like, oh yeah, you got to check it out. They're so dumb. They're so dumb. And then they're like, wait a minute, I don't think that's true. Are you sure? Was that movie PG? I'm like, guys, are you for real? Of course she's... They're so dumb. And I'm like, no, that doesn't happen. So I tried to get them to watch it, but no, it's awful. But yeah, Morbius is pretty bad, but I don't care about Morbius. So anyways, Cliff, what do you got going on?
I actually have to think because you know how I am. March 28th, I'm bringing Crisis Quest back. I got a few special guests for the 28th, so that's going to be fun. I just need people to confirm before I start, going crazy. Be like, look who's coming. It's going to be great. And then, of course, Sundays, we do our movie reviews. We're doing trilogies this year from the Council of Comics, so we're going to do Austin Powers. So we're starting with Austin Powers on Sunday. Monday, we do our Keys and Hot Comics. And this week is we draw for our prize of the month, which includes a slab of Astonishing X-Men #1.
Whoa, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, and also includes this Ghost Rider Final Vengeance #1. And also
cover looks cool.
And also includes this Spectacular Spider-Man blank. And so fun.
Oh, that's a Vince Coletta job. He erased it all.
Oh my God! Don't even.
That was awesome, and I just made that up right now. What did you do? What movie did you do last? I just saw you did what did you just do last?
The last trilogy was the Olympus Has Fallen trilogy. London
Has
Fallen.
Yes. I have not seen all of them.
So I couldn't. Well, you know what? You just save yourself.
I think I saw the first one only.
The first movie is Die Hard in the White House.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
The second movie is Die Hard in the Streets of London, but also the most awesome gunfight I've seen in an action film in like 30 years. So I will give London Has Fallen that, and of course the actors are great. And then Angel Has Fallen. Oh,
that one's not. That's the third one. That's not as good.
Like, look. People like it, and fine. You like your action movies, but like for me, I was like, let's move on to that next trilogy.
Oh man. Well, Austin Powers, I saw those in the theater. I thought Austin Powers 1 was a masterpiece. I cried my eyes. That was so funny. And then I like 2 and 3. There's a lot of good parts in 2 and 3, but I think when you removed Austin Powers, like the whole point was that he was a guy from the 60s who was stuck in that time, and then he's brought forward. When you bring him back, he's in his element, and I felt, well, that removed some of the quirkiness. Like that was the whole, that removed some of the fun aspects of like him, saying, oh yeah, he goes, it's like only sailors use condoms. It's like not in the 90s, and he's like, well, that's terrible. They go from port to port. like all that stuff was removed, and I was like, oh, I do like, and then they did this, was the 70s in the third one? Yeah, it was the 70s because they had all the blaxploitation stuff. Foxy Cleopatra, which I do love Foxy Brown, and I love Cleopatra Jones. Those are both great movies, and they combined the two names, which is kind of fun.
And Beyonce did great with it.
She was good. The girls were good. I still like all 3 movies, but part 1 is like just awesome, and then 2 and 3 are still really good.
Part 1 has that. This has that magic.
The teeth and and they bring in the toothpaste. He's like, oh, what is it? And he's like, thinks it's like spy equipment. And like, no, it's just like a tooth. It's like, there's been a lot of advancements in dental. It's like, oh, I have bad teeth. He's trying to hide his teeth. Yeah, baby. Come on. Austin Powers 1. We were crying our eyes out in the theater, man, over that. We just couldn't stop laughing. I did see them all. I like them all. I got them all, but part 1 is like so good.
Part 1 is also my favorite, and then part 3 has a special place because I think it's the most outrageous ending of them all.
Yep.
And
that garbage Spectre movie copied the Austin Powers storyline by making James Bond and Blofeld like half brothers or something. I'm like, you copied the parody of James Bond and made it your story. God, Spectre was a terrible movie.
I was gonna say, but I think they actually drew some of those ideas from the novels. And
no, I read the novels.
You don't remember that he had a really complicated.
But Blofeld is not his brother.
No, it's not Blofeld. There is an agent that like could be his brother.
Pause. I don't remember exactly. I read them like years ago.
Me too. I think that was like kind of a thing, and then they twisted it and made it worse. I just know that got really in the novels. I just remember things getting more serious and more unhinged Bond after they murdered his wife.
Yes, after on Her Majesty's Secret Service or whatever.
Yeah, I just remember that was a key unhinging event for the character. So book wise.
Yeah, On Her Majesty's Secret Service is my favorite James Bond movie, which is crazy because it's not any of the big Bond actors. But I actually like.
Hey man, I'm gonna go, you guys. I have nothing.
Oh yeah, we're done. We're done anyways. All right, guys, thank you so much.
So I'm gonna.
No worries. We're done anyways. All right, take care. All right, guys, thank you everyone for joining us. We'll hopefully see you in about a month for the next episode, and that's it. Because we could just go on. I just go on all night talking this stuff. All right, Cliff, thanks for being on. Scott, thanks for being on.
I appreciate you.
All right, guys.
Thank you, the shirt. Thank you so much. I love it.
Awesome. I'm glad you like it. All right. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.